the Athens Ford Arena in Athens, Georgia. It's time for a New Year's Eve edition of Columbus River Dragons hockey. Hello everybody, my name is Liam Godimer. As always, it is an absolute pleasure to be here alongside all of you as for the very first time this season, the River Dragons travel to Athens to take on the Rock Lobsters. The River Dragons enter tonight's game with a record of 12-7, 1-2-1. They have 43 points. That's good for third in the Continental Division. They have won 3 games in a row, while Athens is 15-4, 0-3-1. They have 10 points up on the River Dragons entering play tonight. They're second in the Continental Division, looking up to the Monroe Moccasins, and they won their last game, which was right here on home ice at the Athens Ford Arena. In terms of the River Dragons, well, Columbus coming into this game after sweeping the Twin City Thunderbirds right out of the Dragons' den. They won on Friday, and they won on Saturday night. Saturday night was a 4-2 win. Let's take you back. 20 minutes on the clock, both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Twin City Thunderbirds for the 6th and final time this season, and it comes your way right here on the Chattahoochee River. They were loaned yesterday, did not play in last night's game. Now they're back. Ryan Hunter, the hero last night. He came in with a head of steam, found the window with his wrist shot. Colton with it again, 32 years old out of Los Angeles, California. Joel Texmo at the red line. He has Sabad and Jemayev. Sabad was offside. Jemayev brought the puck in over the attacking line. Now a conversation. Jemayev and Schnapp. There really wasn't much there until Schnapp pulled number 71 by his jersey. You would think Jacob Schnapp, after taking his slashing penalty at the end of regulation with his team up 1 goal, would decide not to engage in anything more. I suppose. LaBelle at the left point. Kramer into the slot. Babin gets down. The puck trickles his direction. He's swimming and gets the freeze. Trevor Babin dove every direction he could. On that save, it's like Trevor Babin was playing a game of Twister. Little throwback. We'll stay connected to LaBelle, who activates from the blue line, and Babin, with his right arm, makes the catch. Goes in hard on the forecheck. The stick lift from Storjahan. Pinching up is Colton. Driving right by number 5 is Jan Salak. He's got a man to his right. It's Yuri Pastuka. Pastuka waits. Flings to the front, taken by Colton. Here's Tyler Barrow. Barrow! Pad save by Babik. A little bit of uncertainty from Boris Babik. The puck did hit his pad. Kyle Moore pressed up to the glass by Josh LaBelle. Onto the ice is Blacksmith! He scores! Chiwetin Blacksmith shot out of a cannon, far down over Babik. Let's watch it again. So Cade Hanley for Roman Kramer. Kramer, quick tap into the offensive end with a head of steam. Come Zach White and the Thunderbirds. Kramer in a tight area. He collides with Underwood. Falls down, no penalty. Hanley to the left circle. Trevor Babin with the stick. Chiwetin Blacksmith with Ryan Hunter. Hunter! Only one man to beat. That was the goaltender. Blacksmith at the blue line. At center, Hunter. Hunter goes down past the goal line to the glove side of Babik. He's okay, so is the goaltender. That's the second time in this first period that has happened. Initially Benjamin Pizzamenti, right there Ryan Hunter. 70 seconds on the clock in the first period. The only goal of the game to Chiwetin Blacksmith. Justin Samaro has Benjamin Pizamenti with him. He'll whip a pass into the skates of Kevin Sabad, who digs it free. Sabad to the front! Samaro didn't miss. A goal by much. Will have to fly up the right wing side. Sabad shoots! Save made by Babin. Joel Texmo was sent down to the sheet. Jacob Schnapp is there. Hello. Zach White after the quick up. Kramer still on the ice. He's been out there for a minute 50. Hanley calling for the puck is White. Chopping it down to himself and shooting is Dempke. No luck. Blacksmith, more out of the box. Ryan Hunter all alone on Babin. Scores! Ryan Hunter out of the box and onto the score sheet. Let's watch it one more time. This all started with Chiwetin Blacksmith in the near side corner of the defensive zone. He chipped it up the boards, out through center, perfect for Ryan Hunter, who steamed right out of the box, and Boris Babin could not close everything up. As to the net, here's Pastuka, Trevor Babin with the paddle. He does not have said paddle. It does not matter because Lucas Texmo will headman a 3-on-2 with Tyler Barrow and Alex Storjahan, but it was Storjahan who fell down. So no look for the River Dragons there. Trevor Babin doing what he always does. It's been an elongated absence away from the home fans for number 72. But he is back, and he is back with a vengeance. LaBelle shoots, and the puck deflected in. Jan Salak, the redirect. Salak, a natural finisher, a dangerous threat in front of the opposition's net. He got his stick down and tipped that puck over. Trevor Babin. Babin beaten for the first time tonight. The lead for the River Dragons sliced in half. The 17th shot of the evening for Twin City has gone in. Win with it. A 2-on-1 for the River Dragons. Hunter and Galvin. Hunter, Galvin scores! Goals in back-to-back games for Ryan Galvin, both assisted by Ryan Hunter. Let's watch that one more time. Hunter looked to the net the entire time until the very last second, where he dished it off for Galvin, who made no mistake. Behind the Thunderbird net, the puck goes. Kyle Moore laying the boom. Chiwetin Blacksmith zips a pass to the slot. A backhander from Hunter. My goodness. There was some mustard behind that one. Jan Salak tests Babin. No problem. LaBelle takes a hit. He'll go tape to tape with White. A between the legs pass for an oncoming Keeley. That one did not get through to Babin. Getting pressed to the glass was Keeley by a combination of Underwood and Pizamenti. That didn't feel good as Zach White scores. A one-timer from Zach White into the upper part of the net. The score 3-2. Farmer again. He fires, and Trevor Babin with his glove. Here's a centering feed. Babin had it shut down all the way. Gus Ford wanted one option behind the River Dragons' net, to swing it to the slot for the big-bodied Salak. He got the puck there. Chiwetin Blacksmith gets it out of the zone. Kyle Moore all over Josh LaBelle. Moore takes the puck and ices the game. Kyle Moore nets his 8th goal of the season right into the awning cage. 7.7 seconds left to go tonight. One final thing to say, Twin City, consider yourself swept. The River Dragons win by a final score of 4-2 tonight. The goal scorers, Chiwetin Blacksmith, Ryan Hunter, Ryan Galvin, and the man who finished it all off, Kyle Moore. A salute to the fans that came out to support the Dragons tonight at the Civic Center. As you just saw, the River Dragons swept the Thunderbirds with a convincing 4-2 win on home ice coming on Saturday night. Chiwetin Blacksmith, Ryan Hunter, Ryan Galvin, and Kyle Moore all scored for the River Dragons, and all of the goals coming in that order. Don't have to talk about who scored for Twin City, but what I will tell you about is the goaltender. That's Trevor Babin for the River Dragons, who made 29 saves on 31 shots in the win for his club. With that, let's send it to our first commercial break of the evening. Then, when we come back, pregame coverage continues with the fire starter of the night and the pest of the game, brought to you by our friends over at Cook's Pest Control.
Hey, playing for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. Woo. I didn't.
How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now?
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
In the South, there's a few things your home needs. Like you need a strong fan on a hot day.
It's so hot.
Like Friday nights need football.
Game day!
Like front porches gotta have rocking chairs.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandpa.
And in the South, you need pest control you can trust to protect your home. That's why you need Cook's Pest Control.
Cook's Pest Control.
In the South, there's a few things your home.
What drives us to live for this game?
Yep.
Do we enjoy the pain? Is it chasing greatness? Or is it passion? Teetering on madness? We're here for one simple reason. We love football. All in, all season. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Bill, your foodie guy, and you know I love food, right? So we've teamed up with Mike and Ed's Barbecue in Columbus on Schaumburg Road and our friends at Pepsi Buffalo Rock to create $1 Wing Wednesday. Look what I've got here. I've got a pile of wings, I've got my celery, and I've got my free Pepsi. I'll see you at Mike and Ed's on Schaumburg Road in Columbus. $1 Wing Wednesday. See you there.
Back here in Athens, Liam Godimer back here with you as we continue to get you set for the River Dragons and the Rock Lobsters, the two teams facing off for the 5th time this season. And as I mentioned at the top of tonight's broadcast, for the very first time here in Athens this year. The last game that these two teams played against one another came on December the 20th. That was an 8-4 win for the River Dragons. They got goals from pretty much everyone. Tyler Barrow, Chiwetin Blacksmith, Kevin Sabad, Tyler Barrow again, Ryan Hunter, Benjamin Pizzamenti, Alex Storjahan, and Ryan Galvin closing out the goal scoring for the River Dragons in the last head-to-head meeting against the Rock Lobsters. The goaltender that got the win that night for Columbus, well, it was Tyler Roy, who made 34 saves on 38 Athens shots. Hopefully, the River Dragons can put forth a repeat performance tonight with the two teams facing off here in Athens. Before we get you to puck drop, let's take a look at the fire starter of the night and the pest of the game. And first, well, it's the fire starter of the night, and it's none other than number 71, Alexander Jemayev. It's great to have Jemayev back in the lineup. 31 years old out of Creston, BC. His 4th year with the River Dragons, 5 points in 6 games. And if Columbus is going to get off to a hot start tonight, it begins with their veteran players, and Alexander Jemayev certainly among them. Number 71 is the fire starter of the night. And with the fire starter of the night means we must have a pest of the game. And well, the pest of the game for the Rock Lobsters, it's Daniil Glukharyov. He earned himself a suspension due to his antics after engaging with Kyle Moore during one of the 4 games that these two clubs have played in Columbus. Now he's on home ice, and you have to watch out for the forward out of Moscow, Russia. Just 25 years old, 6'1", 190 pounds, but this man can produce points in a hurry. He'll be playing in just his 22nd game of the season tonight. He already has 27 points, 11 goals, and 16 assists. All that to tell you that Daniil Glukharyov, number 77, is tonight's pest of the game, brought to you by our friends over at Cook's Pest Control. And fans, it's now time for Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends over at F&M Cigars. Let's hear from the head coach, Jerome Boom Boom Bichard, prior to the puck dropping on tonight's game.
Coach, a sweep of a weekend against the Twin City Thunderbirds at home. Describe the weekend for me.
Pretty successful. I mean, a lot of good things. I think we accomplished. Power play, special teams were pretty good for the most part all weekend, and I don't know. I think we just kind of learned some stuff. I mean, hockey is all timing of kind of rushing the puck, when to attack the net, when to kind of slow things down and have a little poise. And I thought for the most part all weekend was pretty successful.
Trevor Babin back in net in front of the home crowd on Saturday night. What did you see out of him in his return?
Yeah, no, the first part, I'd say the first 10 minutes of Saturday night's game for sure, maybe even a little bit longer. I mean, I think Winston came out really hot. You know, they had Kramer and White added to their lineup with Butita out, but I thought they had us on our heels for a little bit, and they had quite a bit of puck possession, and Babs kept us in there and played pretty sharp, and then we kind of got rolling, and you know, one of the things we've struggled with is some of our line changes have been atrocious, where, you know, we're in our end for a good 45 seconds, we get out, we go for a rush, we have a little bit of sustained pressure in there, and we don't change one at a time, and all of a sudden you get caught out there, and then it comes back in our end and you get scored on, or you get them rolling. But Ryan Galvin had a great change. Chewy comes off, kind of off the bench, kind of Winston loses, you know, kind of sight of whoever, and Chewy comes off the bench and scores that first goal, and it was just really nice. And when it comes down to it, that's what our guys need to. They need to see success when we do things the right way. You get rewarded with a nice goal.
Turning the page now to Athens, what has been the emphasis from yourself to your team during practice this week?
Well, I mean, we're still getting over the holiday kind of season, and we're still in holiday season. You know, had a good weekend. I've got a whole lot. You know, I think really the biggest thing is moving our feet, playing physical. You know, and it's tough to practice playing physical. Yes, you can do battle drills and all that stuff, but really against these guys, I think the biggest thing is skating, attacking open areas, you know, kind of what we just talked about, that timing of where's open space, go to the open space, have guys without the puck go to the open spaces and get it to there so we can actually skate and move and attack in certain areas. And that's the biggest thing against Athens. I mean, they can score. I think we've proven that we can score. Now we just got to eliminate some of the bad turnovers and manage that the game as far as puck possession and knowing where our danger zones are and making sure that we're executing in those danger zones, making sure that we're not turning the puck over.
On Wednesday night, it'll be a New Year's Eve game against the Rock Lobsters. Of course, they're expected to have a sellout crowd. What's the key to managing your team's emotions in front of a large crowd? The Rock Lobsters have not lost at home this season. What are your thoughts?
I don't really care about all that jazz. You know what? The energy level should be high in there as far as that goes, and you know we can use that energy, even though we know they don't like us, and we can use that energy as far as that goes. We don't have to put on a show. We just got to come out with 3 points, a win. Nice ugly road game, off the glass and out, chip and dump. Put the pucks in net when we have our opportunities and capitalize and kind of go from there.
Fun question for you. I'm going to end every Coach's Corner interview with one of these. Jerome Boom Boom Bichard is going in on a penalty shot. What is the move that you are putting against the goalie?
I'm going to go in off the right post, give him a pump fake, see if he bites. If he bites, probably go left blocker, over his pad, underneath his blocker. It's there all the time.
Thanks.
A special thank you, as always, to our head coach, Jerome Boom Boom Bichard, and our partners over at F&M Cigars, who are bringing us Coach's Corner. Always great to hear thoughts from our head coach. And a little bit of a fun question to end the segment. Where would Boom go on a breakaway if one came his way today? And he said, I'd go low blocker. All right. Over the pad, underneath the blocker. It's always open, Boom says. Thank you once again to our head coach. With that, one last commercial break. Then when we come back, got the out-of-town scoreboard. I've got how the River Dragons are lining up tonight, followed by Puck Drop live from Athens.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Let Shred Away, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shred Away, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shred Away, 706-577-9668.
A warm welcome back to the River Dragons Broadcast Network. We've reached the top of the hour, which means we're exactly 5 minutes away from puck drop as the River Dragons and the Rock Lobsters battle on New Year's Eve for the 5th time this season. It's now time for the out-of-town scoreboard, which, as always, is brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. Let's take a drive around the Federal Prospects Hockey League before the puck drops here in Athens tonight. Topeka, they're up 3-2 late over Baton Rouge, that game in Louisiana. 6-0, the Binghamton Black Bears ahead of the Watertown Wolves on home ice, and games yet to get underway. Of course, the River Dragons and the Rock Lobsters right here in Athens. Danbury and Pee Dee. The puck drops on that game, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. And at 7:05 Central, Biloxi and Monroe. At 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's Blue Ridge and Twin City, followed by the final game tonight. It's Port Huron and Indiana. The puck drops at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that, aside from puck drop, one last thing to do. Let's take a look at how the River Dragons are lining up for tonight's game. And well, Columbus, Tyler Barrow, Ryan Galvin, and Cody Wickline will be line number 1. Alex Storjahan not in the River Dragons starting lineup tonight. Congratulations to Alex and Kelsey on the birth of their baby girl, Sophie. The second line, Ryan Hunter, Chiwetin Blacksmith, and Kyle Moore on the right side. The third line, Kevin Sabad, Alexander Jemayev, and Benjamin Pizamenti. There's one extra forward, that's Joel Texmo. On defense, Joel's brother, Lucas, paired up with your captain, Kirk Underwood. The second pairing, Mike Wynn and Josh Colton. And closing things out, in terms of the defensive core, it's Brody Thornton, number 65, with Justin Samaro, number 23. In between the pipes, it's Trevor Babin, who wears number 72, backed up, as always, by Tyler Roy. With that, puck drop imminent. Let's leave it to the On Ice show here in Athens. 20 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The River Dragons and the Rock Lobsters for the 5th time this season. The first period on the River Dragons Broadcast Network, as always, proudly brought to you by our friends over at Chick-fil-A in Midland. Columbus will open up with Chiwetin Blacksmith in the middle. Ryan Hunter on one of his wings. On the other, Kyle Moore, number 15. On the back end, Kirk Underwood and Lucas Texmo. The River Dragons wearing their white uniforms, attacking from left to right. Trevor Babin in the net. This is Liam Godimer saying, it's go time on tonight's game. The puck comes right to the side of Trevor Babin, and the Rock Lobsters wearing their brand new light blue New Year's Eve themed uniforms will look to get set up. But the puck takes a good bounce for the River Dragons. Immediately sent right back in by Jesse Lowell, who wears number 27. This is Lucas Texmo, number 6. His shot misses the net. Deflects off of the backboards and forced to make a save. No! The puck is in! The River Dragons score on their first shot of the game. Kyle Moore gets it. William Lavalier wasn't ready for puck drop, it seems. A seeing eye shot from the wall. The River Dragons take a 1-0 lead just 39 seconds into the game. For Kyle Moore, that's his 9th goal of the season, his 20th point in his 22nd game. If it counts. Head coach Garrett Rutledge of the Athens Rock Lobsters, 38 seconds into the game, I believe has used his challenge to see if this play was offside, because there was no traffic in front of Lavalier. I'd be stunned if they were looking at anything other than offside. The River Dragons have a 1-0 lead for now. Will it stand? It was the first touch of the puck the River Dragons had in the offensive zone. That's what head coach Jerome Boom Boom Bichard has been praising to his team. Get the puck in deep, good things will happen. Good things happened right there for Kyle Moore at the half boards. So now we wait. Now the officials are done convening. They will come out, and here is the decision. No goal. The faceoff will come outside of the blue line. Wasn't offsides. And the score 0-0. Well, that was fun while it lasted, wasn't it? Take that shot on goal off of the board for the River Dragons, unfortunately, with the offside. Head coach Jerome Boom Boom Bichard is livid over there on the bench. Garrett Rutledge most certainly content with the decision. So Ryan Galvin will take the face-off. Let's play on. Trevor Babin out of his net. He gets collided into by Dumas and his helmet falls off. My goodness. "46 seconds into the game, we already have a goal that was called back, and the goaltender took a hit to the head. Trevor Babin in his last start came in the River Dragons' last game, which was, of course, on Saturday night. He made 29 saves on 31 Thunderbird chances. A face-off win for Athens. This is Carter Shinkarik. How about getting in the passing lane? That's Cody Wickline, who re-enters the River Dragons starting lineup tonight after a short stint on injured reserve. He's playing alongside Tyler Barrow and Ryan Galvin. on the first line for the River Dragons tonight. As Dumas, right outside of the blue line. Tyler Barrow does well defensively, and now Colton will have all the time and space in the world to pick up the puck in the near corner, which he does. Wickline eludes, or works around, I should say, the stick of Joe Mack, number 74, who was certainly impactful when the Rock Lobsters came to Columbus. Now a New Year's Eve showdown, and for the first time this season, the River Dragons in the Rock Lobsters' house as Babin! What a glove save! Roll the highlight tape. That was a spectacular save by number 72 in white. I believe I mentioned this on the last River Dragons broadcast, just the hand-eye coordination that Trevor Babin has, how outstanding it is, and you see it right there. A one-timer from the near side circle. Babin got his glove up and watched it into his mitt the entire way. It's so difficult when you're moving side to side to maintain positioning. Proper positioning. He was square to that shot as Johnson, who falls down right at the side of the net. That's a face that the River Dragons did not see in the 4 head-to-head meetings on home ice against the Rock Lobsters. But Johnson in hard on the forecheck. He's on the ice alongside Garrett Milan, and the pest of the game presented by Cook's Pest Control. That's Daniil Glukharyov. But now the River Dragons will work out on a 2-on-1. This is Pizamenti and Lucas Texmo. Texmo for Jemayev. Save made by Lavalier. The rebound, and he smothers it up. It's nice to see a member of the River Dragons defense, that being Lucas Texmo, just 20 years old, not being afraid to join the rush, work out, realizing that he and Benjamin Pizamenti had numbers on the opponent. He got 3 chances at the opposition's net out of that one rush. The River Dragons 12-7-1, 2-1. Good for 3rd place in the Continental Division. They've won 3 games in a row, while Athens 15-4, 0-3-1. 10 points up on the River Dragons entering play tonight. Kevin Sabad, Benjamin Pizamenti, and Alexander Jemayev, the forward group out there for the River Dragons right now. The puck glove down as the Rock Lobsters come into the offensive zone. The extra chop from Virgili taken by Texmo. And what an energetic start to this game for Lucas Texmo. How about another 2-on-1 for Pizamenti and Texmo? That time, Pizamenti's wrister went right off of the lower body of a Rock Lobster. Chiwetin Blacksmith still has it beneath the goal line. His attempted pass to the middle was taken. Now Babin out of his net. On his forehand, he safely passes the puck for Blacksmith, who has his head up and will bounce a puck right through the legs of a Rock Lobster onto the stick of Hunter. Ryan Hunter surveys the scene. One-timer Blacksmith, and that goes off with a paddle of Lavalier, who just extended his right arm to barely get a piece of that puck. We have icing on the opponent, which, as always, is brought to you by our friends over at Air Force Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Back underway, the Rock Lobsters with their interesting uniforms. The light blue, got a little bit of gold in there as Jesse Lowell couldn't get his initial chance to the net. His secondary opportunity, Babin had to be ready. He was. Now Hunter with Moore. Kyle Moore protect the puck around the net. His feed splits the 2 River Dragons at the top, that being Samaro and Brody Thornton. Thornton's got the puck now. His feed intended for Kyle Moore. Thornton was brought right down to the ice, and he subsequently tangles with a Rock Lobster, and they both go down again. No penalty called. Lavalier, a quick tap. North, Lowell, the entry. Van Derken shoots. Swallowed up by Babin, no problem, making that save. 3:53 into the contest. These two teams faced off for the first time this season on December the 5th and 6th in Columbus. Well, Athens outscored the River Dragons 14-3 across that weekend set. But most recently, on the 19th and the 20th, a 6-5 overtime loss for the River Dragons as that puck goes out of play. Then the next night, an 8-4 win over Athens. A win that ended the Rock Lobsters' 8-game winning streak, might I add. The faceoff comes to the left side of Babin, won cleanly by the Rock Lobsters. Let's do it again. No, we have a penalty on the play. This is going to be interference. Malik Johnson is going off. The River Dragons, for the first time tonight, are going to the Public's power play. So although the River Dragons' first goal of the evening called back, a prime opportunity to take the lead here. Ryan Hunter, who leads the team in goals. Rink wide, Tyler Barrow to the net. That took a tip off of Moore, who was parked right in front. Remember, it was Kyle Moore who sent the game to overtime on Friday night against Twin City by doing exactly that, being that net front presence. Here's the captain, Kirk Underwood. One-timer Hunter. A save made by Lavalier, who closed the pads in time. Kevin Sabat, a bank off of the boards. On the outside, Barrow. Moving it along is Underwood from right to left. Hunter sent it. Now Barrow will come out from beneath the goal line to the top of the zone. Kirk Underwood, the captain, for an oncoming Barrow. His pass slammed on net by Hunter, and Lavalier made the save, but not without surrendering a juicy rebound. Barrow again. Hunter at the right dot. Could not handle initially, so Hunter will go behind the goal. And over at the left wing half boards, it's Barrow. Atop the right circle, Hunter. The blast from Underwood. Save made by Lavalier. Barrow keeps it moving for Hunter. His blast misses the glove side of Lavalier by quite a bit. Underwood. One-timer. Sabat scores! That one will count. 5:20 into the game, the River Dragons open the scoring with a power play goal. Kevin Sabat, his first year with the River Dragons, his 8th goal in his 23rd game. Now has 15 points, 8 goals, 7 assists this year. And if he can start to do that on the power play, the River Dragons' already dangerous man advantage becomes all that much better. As Trevor Babin now with a confirmed lead. The Rock Lobsters getting physical in the offensive zone. That was Virgili and Dumas who had laid the body onto Samaro, who gets back into position. Samaro's defensive partner in Brody Thornton helps out Alexander Jemayev. Now Samaro will have to ladle it up the ice, which he does. Onto the stick of Joel Texmo, who will fight through a couple of Rock Lobsters, including Dumas. How about that shift from Joel Texmo? He winds up behind Lavalier, who's looking to his left, now to the slot to make sure he has everything protected. But the puck's still at the end boards. And it will be the Rock Lobsters that come loose with the puck. That's offside at the line. That's offside, by the way, on the opponent, which is brought to you by our friends over at Old School Barbershop. Need a little off your sides? Well, appointments are required. Call or book online on Facebook, Instagram, or by visiting www.oldschoolbarbershop.com. Shop spelled S-H-O-P-P-E. With that, let's send it to our first media timeout. The River Dragons are up 1-0, courtesy of Kevin Sabat.
Hey, play for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line.
I didn't.
How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now?
superior like beer.
Hey, grab me one too.
Back here in Athens, a happy New Year's Eve to everybody streaming tonight's game on YouTube Live. My appreciation to you, endless. The River Dragons playing game one of a 3-game week tonight. Then on Friday and Saturday, it's the Monroe Moccasins. But tonight, the River Dragons taking on a Rock Lobster team are in search of another win on home ice where they've been dominant. Getting held up a little bit inside of the defensive zone was Kyle Moore. He'll still burst free anyway. Moore off of the drop pass from Hunter. Moore hit. The puck freed up. Jesse Lowell, he had it for a moment, but the puck was poke checked right off his tape. Now the River Dragons have it. Hunter was brought down in the mid-slot. That goes undetected. Still chopped ahead by Samaro, but gloved down by the Rock Lobsters and into Columbus ice. If you're just joining us, we are, hold on, give me a couple of seconds. We are exactly 7 minutes into the game. The River Dragons scored on their first shot. It was Kyle Moore. The goal brought back because an alleged offside. Several minutes later, on the power play, Kevin Sabad made no mistake with his 8th goal of the year. So Tyler Barrow, number 8, he'll cut to the left. Now duck his head, dish off to the left side. A backhander by Galvin nearly found its way through Lavalier, who has been shaky tonight. Galvin surrenders possession at the wall. Now, this will be numbers for Athens. And how about Josh Colton? Got his stick right in the shooting lane of Garrett Milan. That right there, folks, is why Josh Colton was the FPHL's Defenseman of the Year in 2018. I cannot emphasize how big of a defensive play that was by Josh Colton. That was Garrett Milan with a head of steam, a 2-on-1. The Rock Lobsters haven't gotten anything going on offensively. That was their chance to break through. And Josh Colton, with that stick work, continues the frustration emanating from the home side as their offensive scoring opportunities have been minimal. Shots on goal, 9-5 Columbus. This is Daniil Glukharyov, number 77. Win. Got his body in the way. Now Sabat poke checks the puck. It goes airborne, where Milan stops it down and takes a shove from Benjamin Pizzamenti. Here's Milan again. He'll pull up right next to the River Dragon bench. Now he'll go off for a line change. Everybody up on the Columbus bench. Everybody engaged. You love to see it. Glukharyov, Malik Johnson. Johnson, Glukharyov! Hits the window. Now to the wall. Jemaev, the veteran, inside of his own end. Coughs it up to Mack. That took a redirect. That did not miss Babin's stick by much. There's a loose puck. Benjamin Pizzamenti all over it. He'll get to the red line. He'll slap it in. And he'll go off for a line change, as will the remaining River Dragons on the sheet. Here's Mack, still on the ice. He comes in, takes a hit from Underwood. A shot from the line, right into the catching glove of Babin. Joe Mack was right in front of him. Babin gloved it down. Let's head to our second media timeout. The River Dragons are ahead, 1-0 on a power play goal from Kevin Sabad. No, we'll stay right here, actually. I lied. Not intentionally. Kyle Moore on the faceoff. Mack wins another one. Straight away, the shot comes in, and well, that was blocked before getting to Babin. Now Kirk Underwood, number 11. He'll twist away from Mack. Now Hunter from the defensive zone will spring the captain. Kirk Underwood, a drop pass. Chiwetin Blacksmith sends it right past Kirk, where picking it up at the right point is Lucas Texmo. Blacksmith on the backhand, save made by Lavalier, who had the bottom part of the net closed up. Underwood shoots, that hit the glass. Virgili feverishly defending against Blacksmith. He looked to his left, then his right, and elect to pass the puck to his left, where his captain, Carter Shinkarik, is on it. Shinkarik goes off for a line change. Underwood still defending. Devin Maye, the blue liner for Athens, firmly behind the Columbus net. We are exactly halfway through the first period. The score 1-0. Eric Neely. Good to see Neely back out there after he went hard into the backboards the last time Athens were in Columbus. He went to the room that game and did not come back, and he's back now. As Ryan Galvin, number 28, does the work at the half boards. Ryan Hunter tries to speed into it, but Van Durken will turn it the other direction. But bodying Van Durken right off is a combination of Texmo and Galvin, and now Galvin for Texmo, who falls down inside of the near corner. He has a quick decision to make as Van Durken is all over him. He goes to the other side of the ice, gets some assistance from Tyler Barrow, and at the red line, Athens will take it right back and ring it right off of the near corner boards, where Barrow's forced to pick it up behind Babin again. Texmo, wick line, Galvin. Overskated. Big hit onto Underwood. He goes head first right into the boards, and here we go. Lucas Texmo wasting no time stepping up for his captain. It's Texmo against Johnson. And Texmo gets the better of number 13. That's a dirty hit to the back of Kirk Underwood, who went head first right into the boards. Lucas Texmo, 20 years old, not the biggest player out there at all. But he saw his defensive partner and his captain get brought down to the sheet in a dirty way and stepped up. I love it. I love it. That's what being a teammate's all about. And Lucas Texmo encapsulated all of that with stepping up to one tough customer in Malik Johnson. Good on you, Six. Good on you. Now what will come out of this? It should be a 5-minute major, and the River Dragons should be on the power play for 5 minutes. I was calm entering tonight's game. Now you got me fired up. It's New Year's Eve. The River Dragons are here in Athens. We're up 1-0. I love it. I love it. This is what I live for. There's the replay of the fight. They're not going to show the replay of the hit, but they'll show the replay of the fight. And, you know, I will say, Malik Johnson definitely did win the early stages of that fight, but credit to Lucas Texmo for staying on his skates. And I just don't know how you hype up the crowd like that after possibly injuring your opponent. Listen, there are many moments in our wonderful game of hockey that warrant an energetic reaction, but injuring another player and then to go and fight a teammate of that player who stood up for him, and to, by the way, lose that fight, might I add, and then to go and pump up the crowd, I just don't like it. And, you know, the most important thing out of all of this is not a possible 5-minute power play. It's not that Lucas Texmo stood up to Malik Johnson. It's to make sure that Kirk Underwood is okay. Because that's the captain. That's the leader of this team. And Kirk is a leader for more than what he does on the ice. A great man. He's taught me a lot. Not gonna lie, folks, I don't like that hit one bit. I really don't. They have not put a power play on the board just yet. So, the two teams are skating 5-on-4. There's been no announcement on what will come up of this. Garrett Rutledge getting an explanation. Rutledge entering his first season as head coach and general manager of the Rock Lobsters. Brings a championship pedigree and extensive coaching experience across junior and professional hockey. And now he has a conversation with the officials. He doesn't look happy, so I assume that means a 5-minute major. That's exactly what that means. Malik Johnson has 5 minutes on the board. The River Dragons can score as many times as they'd like on the power play. Kevin Sabad already with a power play goal. He'll be forced to defend here as the Rock Lobsters content with sending the puck all the way onto Babin. He'll safely release the puck for Ryan Hunter, and now Kevin Sabad for Brody Thornton. The goal for the River Dragons, by the way, came at 5:17. It was Kevin Sabad assisted by Tyler Barrow and Kirk Underwood. Hunter, as the River Dragons set up. On the outer edge of the left circle, it's Barrow trying to stuff it in is Moore. Lavalier is down. The puck still loose. And finally, a whistle granted to the goaltender. So an update on Malik Johnson. His night is over. He took the first penalty of the game for interference at 4:01, resulted in a power play goal. Then he went off for boarding, fighting, and then got a game misconduct for that boarding. Welcome back, Malik Johnson. This will be another clear for Athens, or will it? How about Brody Thornton? Barrow. Hunter. Brody Thornton through the legs of Barrow. He recollects around the boards, scooped up by Hunter, who's at the flank. In the near corner, it's Moore. Barrow, his pass is zipped right across the ice, picked up off the boards from Hunter. River Dragons a little bit disjointed on this Publix power play. They're a minute 25 in. And now a clear. Babin leaves it off for Ryan Hunter to skate into, which he does. He leaves the puck behind right outside of the red line. Now he's got it back. He'll send a float feed for Galvin, who is immediately hit. And now Jesse Lowell on the backhand, shorthanded. Shooting is Neely. That one didn't miss by much past the glove side of Babin. Still a lot of power play time for the River Dragons to work with. 3:05 exactly. So if they can get themselves set up, good things could be coming for Columbus. So here's Chiwetin Blacksmith, scored in his last game against the Twin City Thunderbirds off of an excellent line change. But here he's on the power play. River Dragon has lost their stick. That's Jemaev. He goes down, picks it up. A one-timer from Galvin. That completely misses Lavalier. Colton will try the near side. Jemaev will drive down the wall. Neely hits him. Several players behind the Rock Lobster net. Wickline will skate over to it, but the puck had enough mustard on it to come past the blue line and out to center. This has been a tough power play for the River Dragons, but they still have a whole 2 minutes on it. Have not seen Kirk Underwood since that hit from Malik Johnson. There he is, he's up on the bench. Has not gotten any ice time. Barrow, Sabad. What's he got for an encore? Sabad on the backhand, Moore, Hunter, right dot to the cage, into the glove of Lavalier. That first unit remains on the ice. Barrow, Sabad, Kyle Moore, Brody Thornton, Ryan Hunter. Thornton taking Kirk Underwood's place for now. Tyler Barrow, Ryan Hunter, lets it fly, and a save made by Lavalier. Hunter skates over to the right point, keeps it in. His bank off of the boards, rejected by the Rock Lobsters, and now they'll fight their way shorthanded. Shinkarik, his pass for an oncoming Milan. Cleaned up by Sabat, who will ring it around the boards onto the tape of Ryan Hunter. Hunter for Kyle Moore. Moore right back where it came from. Hunter scores! Ryan Hunter with a power play goal. 5:18 to go here in the first period. The River Dragons have doubled their lead right up. Ryan Hunter, entering play tonight, led all River Dragons in goals scored with 18. Now he has 19. It's a power play goal for the River Dragons, and they will remain on the power play due to this being a 5-minute major. Let's see what else they've got throughout the remainder of this minute 13 on the power play and 5:15 here in the first period. It'll be Josh Colton, Chiwetin Blacksmith, Ryan Galvin, Alexander Jemayev, and Cody Wickline this unit. Galvin had his stick lifted. So now on the attack come Van Durken and the Rock Lobsters, and number 12 in light blue will fire a shot off of the blocker of Babin. Jemayev couldn't skate out through center, but Blacksmith will as he stands his ground at the line. Relayed the other direction by Athens into the River Dragons zone. Van Durken shorthanded all over Columbus inside of their own end. An impressive shorthanded shift for number 12. I've noted how good Van Durken is on both sides of the puck. Here's Cody Wickline, number 10. He takes a big, clean hit. He gets smudged onto the glass. Barrow had the puck taken away by Van Durken, and he'll get enough air under it to where Colton is forced to settle it down in his own end. Colton up the ice. Ryan Hunter knocks down the puck. Gets held up by Shinkarik. That's a penalty. 2 minutes for hooking on the Rock Lobsters. The River Dragons will go to a 5-on-3 for 3 seconds. Let's go to immediate timeout. When we come back, the Public's power play continues. Back here in Athens, the River Dragons here for the first time this season. The two teams facing off for the 5th time this year. Columbus already has a 2-0 advantage. Now they'll be on the power play for 2 minutes. 5-on-3 for 3 seconds. Underwood back on the ice, you'll love to see it. Tyler Barrow walks it in, lets it go, and misses the net. The 5-on-3 now over. We will head to a 5-on-4 advantage. The penalty is to Carter Shinkarik, 2 minutes for a hook at 15:52. So Barrow at the left point, adjacent to the Rock Lobster bench. His pass for Underwood deflected off of a Rock Lobster, so the River Dragons forced to settle it down in the neutral zone. Shorthanded chance incoming possibly, but the Rock Lobsters elect to get a clear and a wholesale line change too. The second goal for the River Dragons, by the way, came on the power play. Ryan Hunter, number 88, assisted by Kyle Moore and Kevin Sabad. So Sabad with a goal and an assist in this first period. Hunter with a goal. And the River Dragons striking twice on the man advantage. Here's a takeaway from Kyle Moore, number 15. Moore dances around one and loses possession. .45 seconds remains on the minor penalty to Carter Shinkarik. Barrow will wheel in front of his own net. Number 8 achieves the zone entry. Hunter misses well wide to the stick side. The puck bounced. A good area for Barrow, who has the puck back off of a sweet feed from Blacksmith. The blast from Hunter, that was a stick save made by Lavalier, who looked unsure of himself and tapped each of his posts as the puck was cleared all the way down the ice. Wickline with 8 seconds of power play time to work with. He gets around Kolatarsi, nearly Virgili as well. But now Kolatarsi grabs it. He'll clear. The River Dragons power play, brought to you by our friends over at Publix, has come to an end. Jemayev at center. How about that hit from Mike Wynn onto Greco, the former River Dragon. Greco, one physical player. You'll have to watch out for him as a wraparound. Babin closes it up. Wow. That was Daniil Glukharyov, I believe, who had tried his hardest to beat Trevor Babin to the far post, but could not. As Lucas Texmo comes out of the penalty box after his fight, every single River Dragon up. Fist bumps for number 6 from everybody. I love it. I love it. You have a young hockey player like that who gets well-deserved recognition from his teammates after battling what I said in the moment was a tough customer in Malik Johnson. I'm standing up here, the broadcaster of the River Dragons, really proud of number 6 and really proud of the whole team. You talk about not only holding your own, but I would say, well, there's definitely a case to where Malik Johnson lost that fight. As a snapper from the half boards off of the stick of a Rock Lobster, that was negated. Now Samaro with minute 23 on the clock. He'll reverse, and Brody Thornton, the defenseman out of Clinton Township, Michigan, finds his defensive partner in Samaro, and now up the boards, Galvin will fling it. At the blue line, it's kept in by the Rock Lobsters. Now Thornton has it back. He'll cut around one, receive a tip from Benjamin Pizzamenti right through the legs of Greco, and with 62 seconds to play in the period, Columbus will get set up in the offensive end. There's a penalty, a stick up high onto a River Dragon. I believe Columbus is heading, it will not be a stick up high, it'll be for a hold. So they did not get the high stick on the Rock Lobster. Instead, they got the hold onto Pizzamenti. So I stand corrected. With 59.6 seconds to play in the first period, the Rock Lobsters will head to the power play. And as a result, the River Dragons will go to the floor in the core penalty kill. The Rock Lobsters on the power play, 22% efficient, while the River Dragons at 84% on the penalty kill. As Lucas Texmo brought down right off of the faceoff, Trevor Babin was looking for a penalty that did not come. So Shinkarik, center point, over to the near circle, Milan. Glukharyov taps it to the middle, receives the puck right back. Babin watches the puck stick to his collarbone. A false start on the faceoff in the final 43.8 seconds of the period. The River Dragons take possession off of the draw, and Ryan Galvin, the clear, took a hit to make a play. The epitome of the player Ryan Galvin is. will do whatever it takes to help his team win. Did a lot there on this penalty kill. As the Rock Lobsters with a head of steam, Milan. No luck on the glove side of Babin. Shinkarik on the backhand, over to the right, back down to the goal line. Glukharyov, his backdoor pass missed his intended receiver. Virgili gains body position on Underwood, floats behind the net. Glukharyov, Virgili tipped by Milan, just wide. That'll do it for the period. The River Dragons will be on the floor in the core penalty kill for 61 seconds to begin the second, which comes your way in 18 minutes. With that, let's send it to a commercial timeout. Then, when we come back, I've got a recap of the hockey game up to this point. Spoiler alert, things are going real well for your River Dragons. We'll be right back.
What drives us to live for this game?
Yep.
Here's the catch.
Do we enjoy the pain? Is it chasing greatness? Or is it passion? Teetering on madness. We're here for one simple reason. We love football. All in, all season. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Bill, your foodie guy, and you know I love food, right? So we've teamed up with Mike and Ed's Barbecue in Columbus on Schaumburg Road and our friends at Pepsi Buffalo Rock to create $1 Wing Wednesday. Look what I've got here. I've got a pile of wings, I've got my celery, and I've got my free Pepsi. I'll see you at Mike and Ed's on Schaumburg Road in Columbus. $1 Wing Wednesday. See you there.
In the South, there's a few things your home needs. Like you need a strong fan on a hot day.
It's so hot.
Like Friday nights need football.
Game day!
Like front porches gotta have rocking chairs.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandpa.
And in the South, you need pest control you can trust to protect your home. That's why you need Cook's Pest Control.
Cook's Pest Control.
A warm welcome back to Athens. Liam Godimer back here with you inside of the broadcast booth as the River Dragons, after 20 minutes of play, hold a 2-0 lead over the Athens Rock Lobsters. Let's talk about how the period went, shall we? The first goal of the game was scored at 5:17 on a power play, a Publix power play for the River Dragons after Malik Johnson, number 13, would take the first of 4 penalties, 3 penalties in the period. We'll most certainly get to that. But it was at 5:17, just 1 minute and 16 seconds into the Publix power play, that Kevin Sabad from Tyler Barrow and Kirk Underwood was able to find the back of the net. Poor Sabad, number 74, scored his 8th goal of the season in his 23rd game. He now has 15 points, 7 assists to go along with his 8 goals. This was Sabad waiting in between the circles, and he blasted one right past William Lavalier, giving the River Dragons a 1-0 lead for the second time in the frame. Why do I say that? Well, Kyle Moore scored for the River Dragons on their first shot of the night. The play was deemed to be offside after a challenge from the Rock Lobster head coach, Garrett Rutledge. The goal was confirmed to be offside. It did not count. The River Dragons went on that subsequent power play as a result of Malik Johnson's interference minor, and Kevin Sabad made no mistake. Then at 14:35, with the River Dragons on another power play, let me backtrack first before I get to the goal. It was at 11:35 when the period would really change. Yes, Columbus was up 1-0, but with some back and forth play until Malik Johnson, with what in my opinion was a little bit of a dirty check onto the back of the captain, number 11, Kirk Underwood sent him right down to the ice. Lucas Texmo, Kirk's defensive partner, wasted 0 time and stepping up for Underwood, fought Malik Johnson, did more than just hold his own on that tilt. And Malik Johnson, as a result of his hit, went to the box for 5 minutes. It was a 5-minute major for boarding and a game misconduct. He's done. Malik Johnson will not come back in tonight's game. The River Dragons did score on that 5-minute major power play. It would be Ryan Hunter, number 88, the team leader in goals, the team leader in power play goals, assisted by Kyle Moore and Kevin Sabad. So Kevin Sabad, a 2-point period. Ryan Hunter, another goal. And Tyler Barrow and Kyle Moore and the captain, Kirk Underwood, all with helpers. There was a penalty taken at the end of the period, 2 in fact. First, it was Carter Shinkarik, who went off for a hook at 15:52. The River Dragons did not score on that power play. At 19:01, the River Dragons would take their first minor penalty of the game. That would be Benjamin Pizzamenti, who would go off for a hold. The Rock Lobsters will be on a power play to begin the second period for 61 seconds. The goaltenders, Trevor Babin, right after his 29 save on 31 shot performance on home ice on Saturday against the Twin City Thunderbirds. Well, he's gone 12 for 12 so far tonight, including quite a few dandies with his glove. On the other side, Carter McPhail, well, he's not with the team. It's Parks Owensby who's backing up William Lavalier, so only a 1 goaltender show for Athens, and their top gun, former River Dragon, William Lavalier, has already given up 2. 15 saves on 17 River Dragons shots on goal in the first period for William Lavalier. The shots officially after 20, 17-12 in favor of the River Dragons, who really came to play tonight on New Year's Eve. With that, let's send it to a commercial break. Then when we come back, I've got standings entering play tonight. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. And later in the intermission, it's Hits of the Week and Saves of the Week, only on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
What's up, you guys? What can I get you?
It's good.
2. Go for 2. How about the 2 for $25? You get 1 that and 2 entrees, like our new grilled cheese cheeseburger.
Let's go for it.
That's right. We always go for 2.
Applebee's 2 for $25. 1 app and 2 entrees. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
In the South, there's a few things your home needs. Like you need a strong fan on a hot day.
It's so hot.
Like Friday nights need football.
Game day!
Like front porches gotta have rocking chairs.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandpa.
And in the South, you need pest control you can trust to protect your home. That's why you need Cook's Pest Control.
Cook's Pest Control.
What drives us to live for this game?
Yep.
Here's the catch.
Do we enjoy the pain? Is it chasing greatness? Or is it passion? Teetering on madness. We're here for one simple reason. We love football. All in, all season. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Bill, your foodie guy, and you know I love food, right? So we've teamed up with Mike and Ed's Barbecue in Columbus on Schaumburg Road and our friends at Pepsi Buffalo Rock to create $1 Wing Wednesday. Look what I've got here. I've got a pile of wings, I've got my celery, and I've got my free Pepsi. I'll see you at Mike and Ed's on Schaumburg Road in Columbus. $1 Wing Wednesday. See you there.
Fans, welcome back to Athens, Georgia, and the Aikens Ford Arena. Liam Godimer here with you, your play-by-play broadcaster. As the intermission continues, we've just reached the 10-minute mark of the intermission, 9 minutes and 40 seconds until the puck drops on the second. But before we get you there, with the River Dragons holding a 2-0 lead, you know what it's time for. It's time for the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. Let's take a drive around the Federal Prospects Hockey League, and let's kick off our drive with a pit stop in Baton Rouge. The Zydeco defeated by a final score of 3-2 by the Topeka Scarecrows. That is a final score. The Binghamton Black Bears on home ice against the Watertown Wolves. They win by 8 goals, 9-1. Of course, right here in Athens, I will tell you all day, all week, and twice on Sunday, the River Dragons are ahead 2-0. On goals from Kevin Zabad and Ryan Hunter, both on the power play. Danbury and Pee Dee, the score 0-0 in the first period. One other game underway. That's the Indiana Sentinels and the Port Huron Prowlers. Indiana ahead 1-0 over Port Huron, and 2 games in which the puck has yet to drop. Biloxi and Monroe, 7:05 Central, that game begins, so in just about 4 minutes. And, well, the Twin City Thunderbirds are in action. They're taking on the Blue Ridge Bobcats on home ice. The puck drops at 8:35. I think they strategically put that as an 8:35 game so that it would end around midnight. It would have to be a pretty long game for them to get there, but the New Year's Eve slate of hockey around the FPHL. That's the out-of-town scoreboard, as always, brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. And with that, let's now take a look at the combined standings entering play tonight. The Continental, well, the Monroe Moccasins, 55 points, a .764 winning percentage. They're in first place. Athens in second, 2 points behind Monroe, but with a higher winning percentage. Columbus in third. They can gain 3 points with a regulation win tonight over the Rock Lobsters, which they're well on their way to doing. Knock on the wood right in front of me. Hope they can continue their strong play. In fourth, that's the Twin City Thunderbirds. In fifth, the Pee Dee IceCats. Those two are locked up with one another. In sixth, the Baton Rouge Zydeco. And in seventh, the last place team in the Continental, the Biloxi Breakers, who just lost Yaroslav Yevdokimov, who got signed by the Greenville Swamp Rabbits of the ECHL. The Rock Lobsters can feel that pain. Carter McPhail with Greenville. Now on to the Empire, the Binghamton Black Bears. They have 67 points. They have a winning percentage of .893. Simply unreal. In second, Port Huron. They've been playing some much better hockey as of late after what was a real difficult stretch. The Blue Ridge Bobcats and the Topeka Scarecrows hold the third and fourth spots in the Empire. In fifth, it's Danbury, and in sixth, it's Watertown, currently getting routed by Binghamton tonight. And in seventh, they may only have 19 points. They may only have a winning percentage of .264, but the Indiana Sentinels, they are in last place in the Empire Division. That's our look at the standings around the FPHL. With that, another commercial break. Then when we come back, I've got Hits of the Week, followed by Saves of the Week, only right here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Sparrow in the left wing corner. He's got a man at the top. Going skate to stick is Galvin, barely keeping it in thanks to his long reach is Mike Wynn. He'll roll it around from left to right. It's picked up at the half boards inside of the defensive zone by Twin City, who will get it out only as far as center. Mike Wynn steps up, and he'll hop around a Thunderbird and subsequently lay a hit onto Hanley behind the Twin City net. Hanley the drop, Dion Debke the shot. That stung Underwood, who went hard into the corner. He's right back up to his skates. Moore lays a hit onto the Thunderbird, who brought Underwood down to the ice. LaBelle again, double teamed by Blacksmith and Colton. The puck pops free for Wynn. He cannot get it past the blue. Ford takes a big hit from Wynn. Right down to the sheet. And now to the bench goes LaBelle. He wanted nothing more of that shift after being leveled by Mike Wynn. Roy, another stop, this time on a Gus Ford one-timer. His pass taken by Ryan Galvin, stretching to keep it in is Yuri Pastuka. Of course, the Thunderbirds without John Butita tonight, serving in 1 of 2 of a suspension. As to the net, here's Pastuka, Trevor Babin with the paddle. And now Jan Salak, 1-on-2. Salak gets around everybody, and Tyler Roy saves his defense's bacon. And now Jan Salak, 1-on-2. Salak gets around everybody, and Tyler Roy saves his defense's bacon. It's Keeley against Galvin. Keeley loses the faceoff with the extra effort, wins the puck back for his team. Schnapp chops it to the front, and a 10-bell save made by Roy, and how about a second? First game with the Thunderbirds this season. He'll spin, lose the puck. He has it back now. Defending for the River Dragons, Kyle Moore, Brody Thornton, and Chiwetin Blacksmith. Blacksmith is tired. That puck goes off the side of the net. Roy may have gotten a piece with his skateboard. Butita turns back. The puck's still in the attacking end. Gus Ford plays the puck to himself. He inadvertently sends it to the line. But Kennedy keeps it in at the blue. Kennedy hit by Moore. 4 players in the near side corner. Butita comes away with it. Gus Ford for the win, and Tyler Roy! What a save! Welcome back to Athens. Liam Godimer here with you. The puck drops on the second period in exactly 2 minutes, but before we get you there, a quick reminder that, of course, the River Dragons tonight, not only taking on the Rock Lobsters for the first time this season here on the road, but also 2 battles with the Monroe Moccasins coming your way on Friday and Saturday night. And fans, this is a reminder that you can still get a custom nameplate today. These are the same style nameplates the pros use, and they're a must-have for any true River Dragons fan. Customize any color nameplate for just $30, but don't wait. Dragons Fight Cancer and ugly sweater plates disappear after January 4th. Once they're gone forever. And fans, the jersey off the back for this week's set of games, well, it's Lucas Texmo, who stood up for his teammate. That's Kirk Underwood, number 11, who's right next to him on the ice and right next to him on this graphic, Kyle Moore. His jersey also available. Be a part of this wonderful new initiative powered by our friends at Dash. You can win the white jersey straight off of the back of Lucas Texmo, Kirk Underwood, and Kyle Moore this week. And fans, well, here's some great news. The Family 4-pack comes your way again on January 10th. Are you looking for the best value in Columbus? Well, you get 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 hot dogs, 4 popcorns, 4 Pepsi drinks, and 4 Chick-fil-A entree coupons, all for just $40. And it all can come your way by scanning the QR code offered exclusively for select games this season. Next one, January the 10th, when the River Dragons take on the Blue Ridge Bobcats at the Den. With that, 20 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The River Dragons on the floor in decor penalty kill for 1 minute and 1 second. Columbus will attack from right to left. The Rock Lobsters skate from left to right. Columbus with a 2-0 lead. Gleb Van Durken, Jesse Lowell. Lowell wears number 27. He wraps it around. Babin made sure to get his pad over to the near post in time. Lowell will try again. Beneath the goal line, here's Van Durken shooting. Kicked aside by Babin inside of the opening 30 seconds of the frame. A one-timer, that off of the stick of Milan. That hit the glass, a lot behind that one. In the box for the River Dragons, that's Benjamin Pizzamenti, serving the remainder of a 2-minute minor penalty deemed a hold, as an inadvertent self-clear by the Rock Lobsters will allow the River Dragons to get a partial line change. Kirk Underwood heads off in favor of Mike Wynn. Now Neely shoots, misses the net. There's another chance, Van Durken scores. Gleb Van Durken, a power play goal, 59 seconds into the second. The River Dragons lead goes from 2 to 1. A celebration after the first goal tonight here in Athens, of course tonight being New Year's Eve. Balloons being dropped from the ceiling. Conveniently none above the broadcast booth. The grand prize, though, is a Rock Lobster game-worn jersey. I can't say I want one of those. They had to be north of 100 balloons prepared, but only 5 of them have fallen down onto the fans in the lower bowl. And now here they come. All to literally one section. That's no fun. And how about the fans here in Athens just sharing the wealth? I hear there are prizes in the balloons. That's cool. But I will say that 80% of the arena don't get to experience said balloons. If you bought a ticket in section 113 and 114 or 107 or 108, you're just getting a barrage of balloons. But everybody else looks a tad discontent. The score is 2-1. A power play goal for Gleb Van Durken, one of 2 forwards out of Moscow, Russia for the Rock Lobsters. For Gleb Van Durken, that's his 11th goal of the season, his 26th point. His fellow countryman, Daniil Glukharyov, was tonight's pest of the game. But it's Van Durken that beats Babin for the first goal of the game for the roadside. The goal officially comes at 1 minute, with 1 second of power play time remaining. Van Durken from Milan and Neely. So we'll play on. This is Mike Wynn, right onto the tape of Kyle Moore, who shoots onto Lavalier. Brought right down to the circle, or to the ice. Next to the near circle was Chiwetin Blacksmith, no call. Here's Joe Mack shooting. That's a stick save made by Babin. A balloon has fallen onto the ice, right next to Chiwetin Blacksmith. The linesman, in what is probably not in his job description, picks up a balloon on the ice and puts it into the penalty box. That's funny. So Mike wins, slides it across. Josh Colton, his pass for Kevin Sabad, all over him was Daniil Glukharyov. And now Joe Mack has a lane to enter the offensive zone. Rink wide, the pass comes. Devin Maye over to the right point. Greco shoots. That's a save made by Babin. Wynn engulfs a Rock Lobster inside of the near corner. Poking the puck to himself in an unsuccessful fashion is Jemayev. So as a result, a backhander from the mid-slot off of the stick of Van Durken does not get through to the net. And Kyle Moore takes a stick to the face. That'll be a penalty on Athens. Was blood drawn? If it was, this will be 4 minutes. And Joe Mack just punches the penalty box glass. What did the glass ever do to you? The River Dragons on the Public's power play. They already have 2 power play goals tonight. Joe Mack just 2 minutes for high sticking. Here are the percentages for each team entering play tonight. For Columbus, that 25% has only gone up. I'd like to thank the fans also for sticking with us through the first period on a little bit of a washed out view, but looks a lot better now on the River Dragons broadcast network. So a face-off win, this is Brody Thornton. Wick line down to the goal line, it's Galvin. Wick line again, Galvin. Wick line reaches to keep that puck in his possession. Moving the puck around the umbrella is Thornton. He'll let it go, and Lavalier, a save. They try to stuff it in, and putting his glove on top of the puck in the crease. It's number 22 for the Rock Lobsters. That's Brandon Walker on the back end. Not sure you can do that. Walker heads off. That puck was free. Credit to the officials who made sure to only play that, blow that play dead, I should say, when Lavalier had it. As Thornton, Colton, left side, Blacksmith. Blacksmith's pass is slowed up a little bit, so Galvin will skate into it. Galvin behind the net. Wickline searches for a teammate. He's got Colton, who will walk it in and fire. This is high over the glove side of Lavalier. Thornton, Colton again. Colton fakes the slapper. He'll twirl away. Dish for Thornton, who sends it right back. Thornton, straight away. Near side circle, Wickline was tied up all the way. But Thornton keeps this offensive possession alive by moving his feet. Colton, Blacksmith, shoots, it's blocked. Colton gloves the puck down to himself. Finds Blacksmith near far side half boards, offensive zone for the River Dragons, who have 48 seconds of power play time remaining. Wickline. Galvin taken by Milan and cleared. Babin coughs it up to Kolatarsi, and Babin just got back into the crease. That was way too close for comfort. Here's Neely now. Neely twists and turns and winds up into the far corner. 5 players all there, Kyle Moore included, the man who drew the penalty. Right now, the puck 200 feet from the goal the River Dragons are trying to score at. That's not a recipe for success offensively. Finally, Underwood digs it out. 6 seconds of power play time to go. Sabad, Tyler Barrow. Barrow to the right, Moore protects. Kyle Moore has his head up. Power play over. Lucas Texmo shoots. This tie over the shoulder of Lavalier. Van Durken. Neely. Now Mack out of the box. His pass closed up by Underwood. But the puck boomeranged right back to the Rock Lobsters. They send it to the front. And Devin Maye tips it home. It's 2-2. The Rock Lobsters have tied the game with 2 second period goals. They found the back of the net twice in a span of 4 minutes and 35 seconds. On the ice now for the River Dragons, it's Benjamin Pizzamenti, Joel Texmo, and Alexander Jemayev. Jemayev throws the body onto Powell. And now Pizzamenti firmly has it in the offensive zone. Jemayev leaves it off for Texmo. Texmo walled off by Virgili, who falls down, but the River Dragons take it right back. Texmo into the near corner. It's Pizzamenti to the top. Shooting is Thornton. Texmo able to work around Virgili and get a chance on net that Lavalier had no issue with. 5:13 into the period. Let's go to a media timeout. Our first media timeout of the second period. 2 goals in 5 minutes and 13 seconds for the Rock Lobsters.
In the South, there's a few things your home needs. Like you need a strong fan on a hot day.
It's so hot.
Like Friday nights need football.
Game day!
Like front porches gotta have rocking chairs.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandpa.
And in the South, you need pest control you can trust to protect your home. That's why you need Cook's Pest Control.
Cook's Pest Control.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
14 minutes, 47 seconds to play here in the second stanza of hockey this evening here in Athens. For the very first time this season, the River Dragons, they are here in the Rock Lobsters house. It started off great. Recently, not so great. The goals for Columbus tonight, both on the power play, Kevin Sabad and Ryan Hunter, both coming in the first period. The River Dragons in the offensive zone, and Lavalier makes a glove save on a shot from a bad angle. Now Van Durken. He'll send the puck only as far as center. We're getting down to an E as Justin Samaro as we have a stoppage. This will be interference on Athens. Another Publix power play for the River Dragons coming your way. Thank you very much. Kyle Powell to the box. Your seat is awaiting you. The River Dragons didn't have a chance to put out their top power play unit the last time they had a man advantage here in this second period. Now, at the start of the 2 minutes, Ryan Hunter, Kyle Moore, Kevin Sabad, the captain Kirk Underwood, and the man taking the face-off, that's Tyler Barrow, who has more points than any River Dragon, entering play tonight with 44, 13 goals, 31 assists. Many of those helpers on the power play. Does he have another one up his sleeve here? A clean face-off win, that's a good start. The blast from Hunter, he scores! It takes Ryan Hunter and the River Dragons 3 seconds on the power play to take their lead right back. With that goal, Ryan Hunter now has 20 lamps lit in what is his 20th game tonight. A goal per game player, Ryan Hunter. It may sound far-fetched for some players, not for 88. I mean, what a rocket. It all starts with winning the face-off, right? You win it back, you tee up your number one option, and you watch as a power play goal goes into the net. A Rock Lobster goes crashing into Babin's cage. The River Dragons will work it out from defense to offense. Nothing going on. Jesse Lowell with Neely, a drop pass. Neely, rink wide, Van Durken. His pass, Maye to the back door, tipped on net, Babin the save. Van Durken keeps it in. Laying the body is Wickline. Galvin comes over, he'll chip it out of the zone, and now Wickline and Barrow will skate out on a 2-on-2. Here's Wickline for Barrow, he scores! Oh baby, what a passing play by the River Dragons, finished off by their leading point producer, Tyler Barrow. It's 4-2. Oh, what a thing of beauty. For the River Dragons, after the Rock Lobsters tied the game, that's 2 goals for Columbus in just 49 seconds. The first goal was scored at 5:36, that being the first goal of this period for the River Dragons. It was Ryan Hunter, his 20th goal of the year, on the power play, assisted by Kirk Underwood and Tyler Barrow. Then, 49 seconds later, it would be Tyler Barrow from Cody Wickline and Ryan Galvin. The River Dragons' 2-goal lead has been restored. In front of what is a packed house here tonight on New Year's Eve at the Aikens Ford Arena. Columbus in search of more. Speaking of more, here's Kyle. He's defended closely by Jack Johansson. Remember, it was Johansson who took the board from Kevin Sabat when these two teams played in Columbus. That resulted in a suspension for Sabat. As Lavalier makes a save, the puck's still loose at the side of the net, but Lavalier gets his glove over to the outside of the far post to clean it up. 7:03 into the second. The goals for Athens. Gleb Van Durken. Then, 3 minutes and 32 seconds later, Devin Maye. For Columbus, if you missed it, in this order, Kevin Sabat and Ryan Hunter on the power play. Then Ryan Hunter on the power play again. Most recently, the first even-strength goal for the River Dragons tonight, Tyler Barrow. That's number 14 on the season for Barrow, might I add. That puck takes the bounce. The River Dragons looking to take advantage. Underwood will keep it in on the backhand. He'll float a feed past Pizzamenti. The puck winds up in the corner. Pinching right up in search of some offense is Texmo. Down low, Pizzamenti's got the puck. He'll bank it off of the far boards. Underwood couldn't handle initially, but he'll do beautifully to turn and keep that puck in. Sabat with Pizzamenti on the far side of the ice. Maye on the backhand. He'll send a no-look backhander to a teammate. And now Milan will move it up ahead for Neely. Trying to knife through the defense is an oncoming Rock Lobster. That was Virgili, but getting to the puck first is number 72 in white, that being Trevor Babin. As we have an icing on the River Dragons. The faceoff will come right to the side of number 72 in just a moment. Shinkarik to the net. That's blocked. Here's Lowell shooting. Takes a tip. A shot from the side of the net does not get through to Babin as Lowell gets physical with Lucas Texmo. Sends him down, but Lucas Texmo gets right back up. This is Powell, a slapper. This is Babin's stick. Bounces over to the outer edge of the left circle where shooting is Shinkarik. No danger there for the River Dragons now. Benjamin Pizzamenti, number 91. He'll hop around 2 Rock Lobsters, fake as if he's going in after the puck, and go off for a line change instead. An excellent road game played by the River Dragons so far tonight, but we've got more than half the hockey game to go. Here's Lola one-timer. That's stopped by the pad of Babin. The stretch feed from Galvin to Wickline. Wickline held up. Where was that call? Colton tried to fight through the defense anyway and got a chance on Lavalier. I mean, really, Wickline would have had a breakaway if he was not held up there at center. Wickline has the puck, and a save made by Lavalier. And Wickline brought down again. That one will get called. Ladies and gentlemen, in basketball, in hockey, in all sports, but in this case for hockey, the puck doesn't lie. Cody Wickline had the puck on his stick, a grade A scoring chance to come. He's held up, no penalty. Then on the next shift, Wickline fights his way to the net anyway and draws another penalty. Columbus back to the Public's power play. Kyle Powell to the box. River Dragons already have 3 power play goals tonight. Why not make it a 4th? 3 out of the 4 goals for Columbus this evening have come on the man advantage. And why not send that same unit right out there? Face-off win for the Rock Lobsters, and Joey Kolatarsi cannot clear. Kolatarsi has Sabat and Moore all over him. He'll try the far side, and Milan will lollipop the puck to himself. But bodying Milan off beautifully is Kevin Sabat. So Sabat, tape to tape, Tyler Barrow. Kyle Moore in over the attacking line. Moore shoots, hits the mesh. The Rock Lobsters this season have not lost at the Athens Ford Arena. Hashtag just saying. Tyler Barrow, Ryan Hunter shoots. Save made by Lavalier. That one goes out of play. Ryan Hunter already with 2 goals tonight. He can achieve a hat trick with a goal here. And the Rock Lobsters, like many, if not all of the opponents that the River Dragons have faced this season, have no answer for number 88, just none. Ryan Hunter is that good. And it's not just him. It's his teammates putting him in a good position to utilize his God-given gift of goal scoring. As Barrow, Hunter for the hat trick, it's blocked. They're overloading that far side of the ice defensively. Moore from the goal line to Underwood, who unloads. It's blocked by Lowell. Hunter on the perimeter of the offensive zone. The dish for Underwood, who will send it right back. At least I thought he was gonna. Neely overtakes. One player back outside of the goaltender, that's Hunter. Neely skates right past him, and Babin the save. The rebound there for Barrow, who will fly out of the defensive zone. Barrow, Moore, Sabat couldn't settle it down. Sabat's got it back. He had Moore in the Hunter in the mid slot waiting by himself, but that pass too hot to handle for number 88. Half a minute and counting to go on the Public's power play for the River Dragons with 9:35 to play here in the second. Lavalier can't stop the puck. Jemayev to the outside. Colton, the blast from Blacksmith. He was in search for Jemayev at the back door. It's a good try. Wickline parks himself at the left point. Here's Jemayev in front. No tip from Colton, who was in an unfamiliar space in front of the net. Rock Lobsters back to full strength. Blacksmith funnels it down the wall. Here's Colton. Had Jemayev in front. Those two couldn't connect initially or the second time either. There was nobody defending for Athens. But those chances to score are there. River Dragons will get more throughout the night. As Blacksmith for Wickline. Wickline will go on the chase after the puck against Kolatarsi with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the second. Wickline falls down, no call. Thought I heard a whistle. Instead, Glukharyov to the middle. Van Durken, now Virgili. Virgili, he goes flying Superman style towards the River Dragon net, no call. Here's Kolatarsi to the cage. That's a helmet save made by Babin. Virgili on the backhand, his pass. This is Kolatarsi completely. River Dragons speed giving Athens a lot of trouble here as there's Joel Texmo held up at center, no call. That puck inadvertently tipped by a Rock Lobster into the defensive zone, so no icing. Glukharyov, tape to tape Dumas, whacked the other direction, and now Joel Texmo has Dumas attached to him. Samaro, he'll bank it off of the glass, and punching the puck into the zone is Brody Thornton, number 65. Lavalier, his clearing attempt, slapped on net, and Lavalier makes a save on Moore. Let's go to immediate timeout. The River Dragons have a 4-2 lead. We've just passed the midway point of the hockey game. Seven minutes and 33 seconds on the clock here in the second stanza. Liam Godimer here with you on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. It's Columbus and Athens for the 5th time this season, and for the first time in what Rock Lobster fans call the tank. They have not lost in the tank this season. What a great time. Ryan Hunter with 2 goals tonight. The blast from Moore, blocked before getting to the net by Kolatarsi. Blacksmith, Hunter behind the net. Lucas Texmo could not come away with the puck, so Dumas to the near side for the former River Dragon Shinkarik, and the captain of the Rock Lobsters will get it out to the middle, but Blacksmith right back on the puck. Blacksmith, Texmo, Hunter, now Moore. Moore, Underwood, flings to the cage. It's blocked by Lowell, who blows a tire. Poke checking the puck is Underwood, keeping the puck in. Here's Blacksmith, Hunter, backhand, save. Hunter looks to the referee and says, where's the penalty? The referee says, turn around, 88, skate back. But awesome awareness there from Kirk Underwood to realize that Lowell, in his attempt to work out on the rush across all 3 lines, he had fallen down. Underwood made sure to poke check that puck. It was a 2-on-1 in deep. That was just a rolling puck, every sense of the word. As Mack wins it back for Walker. Walker off of the glass, intended for Glukharyov, taken by Pizzamenti. He has a stick in the midsection. That goes uncalled. Sabat behind the net. Double teamed. Coming over to join the fray is Alexander Jemayev, and it's Jemayev that comes away. Jemayev to the blue line. Colton, win. Shoots, missed the net. Jemayev was able to, with his back turned, deflect the puck to the crease, perhaps for another chance for the River Dragons, but Lavalier was all over the puck. And going back to the Rock Lobster streak on home ice, they have not lost here at home this year. But the River Dragons really have been the answer to a lot of the Rock Lobster streaks. William Lavalier was undefeated in between the pipes before the River Dragons saw him on the night where Columbus scored 8 goals, 6 of them on the goaltender. And on that same night, the River Dragons ended the 8-game winning streak overall for Athens. And in a season series that did not look too good to start off for the River Dragons, Columbus have found their game against what very well could be the second best team in the league behind the Binghamton Black Bears, at least statistically. Athens with a leg up on Monroe in terms of point percentage entering play tonight. Dominic Dumas moves it quickly. Going skate to stick was his defensive partner. So Greco will have to backtrack as that puck would have been offside if he brought it back in. Van Durkin, or excuse me, that was Glukharyov. It was blocked. Let's go Lobsters, roars from the crowd. No, none of that. Slapper from Maillet, that sticks to Babin. Be sure to join me on the River Dragons Broadcast Network this Friday and Saturday night, 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. Columbus heads to Monroe, Louisiana to take on the Moccasins right after tonight's game, going right on the bus, straight to Monroe. Well, Athens is going to Baton Rouge, so we might pass each other on the road. Jesse Lowell, Van Durkin. Van Durkin, one of the 2 goals for Athens tonight. Neely to the trailer. That's Shinkarik. What a save made by Babin. Neely again. Save made by Babin. How about another? Babin stays positionally sound, and now the River Dragons will skate out on a 3-on-2. Headman by the man on hat-trick watch. That's Ryan Hunter! And he missed the net on his bid for said hat-trick. Brody Thornton clubs the puck down to himself. Reverses for Hunter. Hunter at a sharp angle. Head up, sent the puck to the back door, intended for Samaro, but the puck finds Hunter again. He's hauled down. Nothing called, I mean. Then Hunter takes a subsequent check right at the boards from Powell, right in front of the referee, right in front of him. That's Tyler Barrow as the puck goes out of play. Tyler Barrow sitting on the River Dragons bench, gave it to the official there. And he's still giving it to the official. I'm not going to talk about whether it was a penalty or not, but right in front of your eyes, ref. Let's go to immediate timeout.
In the South, there's a few things your home needs. Like you need a strong fan on a hot day.
It's so hot.
Like Friday nights need football.
Game day!
Like front porches gotta have rocking chairs.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandpa.
And in the South, you need pest control you can trust to protect your home. That's why you need Cook's Pest Control.
Cook's Pest Control.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Four minutes and 26 seconds on the clock here in the second period. The River Dragons and the Rock Lobsters for the first time from Athens this season. Shots on goal, 28-27. Ryan Hunter with 2 goals tonight. The River Dragons in total have 3 power play goals. It's been a good night. Garrett Milan on the faceoff. It's won cleanly by the Rock Lobsters. Alexander Jemayev will take the puck inside of the defensive zone. He'll take a hit from Dumas. Sabat in the corner. Up the boards, not out. Kept in by Greco. Greco, once a fan favorite in Columbus. A fighter, somebody not afraid to drop the gloves, now on the back end for the in-state arrival as Milan dangles around a Rock Lobster, or excuse me, a River Dragon, but his pass went awry. Now Sabat has a man to the net. That was the captain, Underwood. Sabat will pick the puck up behind said net again. His backhanded pass intercepted by Dumas. And now a 4-man rush for Athens. Shinkarik leaves it back. Sabat collides into the backboards on to a Rock Lobster. And now the River Dragons have possession again. Ryan Hunter and Tyler Barrow with the goals here in the second period for Columbus. This was a 2-2 game. The Rock Lobsters answered the Columbus 2-goal first period with 2 goals of their own early here in the second. Trevor Babin has made 26 saves on 28 shots, while William Lavalier, the former River Dragon, 23 out of 27. The Rock Lobsters without a forward, Malik Johnson, got kicked out of this hockey game as a result of his board in the first. Galvin to the front, Wickline, he had a wide open net. Wickline's got it back, and Lavalier closes the legs. 2 splendid scoring chances for the River Dragons. The first did not hit the net, and the second, Lavalier was able to shut the 5-hole down. What a crowd this is here in Athens on a Wednesday night. Of course, tonight being New Year's Eve, they had their balloon drop on their first goal. It got to around 30 of the fans. Just kidding. Virgili, number 17. His zone exit stopped down by Colton. That's a bouncing puck towards Lavalier, who made the save but let out a rebound. Wickline keeps the puck in the zone, shoots, Lavalier the save, the rebound. Lavalier gets his left pad out. Barrow, Wynn, Wickline, lets it go, hits the glass. Wynn keeps it in, but Kolatarsi will punch the puck out to the middle. It's Shinkarik with Virgili. Virgili, Shinkarik. Virgili's got it back. Blocked by the River Dragons. They're off to the races. It'll be Barrow with Wickline. Barrow left it for Wickline, a little bit too far behind him. So Wickline blows the tire. Now Joe Mack takes a shove from Colton, and Galvin, the excellent defensive centerman that he is, will come back inside of his own zone, flip it out to neutral without icing the puck. And it forces a delayed offside on the Rock Lobsters, who are now forced to get a line change. Van Durken still in the offensive zone. It's a delayed offside until he exits, which he does. Barrow, Kyle Moore. Moore, room to shoot. His chance, takes a tip off of a Rock Lobster twig and winds up into the gear of William Lavalier. Hey, that rhymed. This week really going to be an indication of where the River Dragons are at. Coming into this game, winners of 3 in a row, with their next 3 games, including tonight, against the best the Continental has to offer outside of themselves. As Van Durken scored the first goal of the game for Athens, his bid for another denied by Trevor Babin. Let's give Trevor Babin a shout out, shall we? Number 72, goaltender out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Looking for his 6th win tonight. Blacksmith will maneuver the biscuit off of the high glass and force Milan back onto it with 1:20 to play. Neutral zone intercept by Thornton. He'll send it right back into the grasp of Maye. And in the neutral zone, Moore for Jemayev. Jemayev, head up. Has a man at the side of the net. That was Hunter. His pass closed off by Lowell, but Jemayev, he fought Lowell until the bitter end to try and keep that puck in. Hunter on the re-entry. He's got the puck. He'll whip it cross ice where Jemayev can scoop it as it comes off the wall. Jemayev to the net. Save made by Lavalier. He didn't have a lot of vision on where that puck was necessarily coming from. Neely, stop down at center. Underwood weaves around one, goes cross ice. Sabat for Underwood and Lavalier. able to make the save. Now Joel Texmo getting involved with Devin Maillet. Claudius comes over too. Great mascot, by the way. Sounds a lot like a mascot over in Duluth, Maximus. Texmo and Maillet split apart. Of course, the Rock Lobsters not able to generate much offensively outside of their 2 goals. They are going to try and goad the River Dragons into penalties against. And Joel Texmo chatting with Maillet, nothing else. A clean draw win for Tyler Barrow. Jumping up into the play is Lucas Texmo. He's got the puck at the side of the net. He shoots, produces a rebound. The puck bounces for Mac, but it's kept in by Texmo. Best game as a River Dragon for Lucas Texmo tonight. Cody Wickline, Ryan Galvin lets the puck go. Underwood, Barrow shoots, blocked. Here's Galvin turning and firing. That's blocked by Mac in the final 10 ticks. And if you're Lucas Texmo, get it out without icing it. Watch the final 2 seconds come to an end, which is exactly what he does. 40 minutes down, the River Dragons have a 4-2 lead over the Athens Rock Lobsters. The second intermission coming your way in just a few moments. But before we get you there, a quick break right here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
In the South, there's a few things your home needs. Like you need a strong fan on a hot day.
It's so hot.
Like Friday nights need football.
Game day!
Like front porches gotta have rocking chairs.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandpa.
And in the South, you need pest control you can trust to protect your home. That's why you need Cook's Pest Control.
Cook's Pest Control.
Hey, it's Bill, your foodie guy, and you know I love food, right? So we've teamed up with Mike and Ed's Barbecue in Columbus on Schaumburg Road and our friends at Pepsi Buffalo Rock to create $1 Wing Wednesday. Look what I've got here. I've got a pile of wings, I've got my celery, and I've got my free Pepsi. I'll see you at Mike and Ed's on Schaumburg Road in Columbus. $1 Wing Wednesday. See you there.
It feels like just yesterday our healing mission began. Inspired by visionaries, answering a higher calling. For 75 years, we've cared for this community, body, mind, and spirit. From checkups to life-saving heart surgery, from welcoming new life to supporting mental health and healing. For 3 generations, we've stood by your side, and our story is just beginning. Inspired by purpose, we are shaping the heart of healthcare.
Welcome back to the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Liam Godimer here with you at the end of 40 minutes. Columbus with a 4-2 lead over their division and in-state rivals, the Athens Rock Lobsters. Let's discuss how we got here. The opening goal of the game was scored at 5:17 and on the power play. Malik Johnson, number 13 for the Rock Lobsters, well, he went off for interference at 4:01. 1 minute and 16 seconds later, the River Dragons found the back of the net. It was Kevin Saban, assisted by Tyler Barrow, number 8, and Kirk Underwood, number 11. That was Sabat in between the circles. What a blast. Right past William Lavalier, the former River Dragon, and just like that, the River Dragons had taken a 1-0 lead. Preceding that goal was a goal for Kyle Moore on the opening shift of the game. It did not count. It was called back for offsides. But Kevin Sabat's 8th goal of the year did. And it gave the River Dragons an early 1-0 lead. Once again, 5 minutes and 17 seconds into the contest. Then at 14:35, while on another power play, it would be Ryan Hunter, number 88. He would score what was then his 19th goal of the season, assisted by Kyle Moore, number 15, and Kevin Sabat, number 74. So in that moment, Sabat, a goal and an assist, both points produced on the power play. And the River Dragons had a 2-0 lead. Come the second period, the Rock Lobsters were on the power play for the first 1 minute and 1 second of the frame. And exactly 60 seconds in, with just 1 second of power play time remaining, because of course, it would be Gleb Van Durken, assisted by Garrett Milan and Eric Neely. A power play goal made a 2-0 score, a 2-1 score. And just like that, the home side was engaged. The home side was back in it, and they would capitalize inside the opening 5 minutes of the second period. It would be Devin Maillet who would score the second and most recent goal for the Rock Lobsters. He wears number 19. The goal assisted by number 74, Joe Mack, and number 7, Eric Neely. So Neely, 2 assists already tonight. And the goals for Athens, Van Durken, and Maillet. 1 minute and 4 seconds after Maillet had scored for the Rock Lobsters, well, Ryan Hunter, while on a power play, make that the 3rd power play goal of the game for the River Dragons. He would score, assisted by by Kirk Underwood, number 11, and by Tyler Barrow, number 8. For Hunter, it was his 20th goal of the season. He's got goals number 19 and 20 tonight. Tyler Barrow with 2 assists, Kirk Underwood with 2 assists. That was until 49 seconds later, when Tyler Barrow would add a goal to his 2-point evening. What a passing play between he, Cody Wickline, his new line mate tonight, and Ryan Galvin. Of course, the River Dragons without Alex Storjahan, who is on paternity leave. Congratulations to Alex and Kelsey on the birth of their daughter, Sophie, a brand new Dragon added to the family. But Barrow's goal, once again, comes at 6:25. This was just a gorgeous 3-man passing play, and Barrow finished it off. To have the wherewithal to pull that puck around William Lavalier after taking a tape-to-tape pass and completely undress him. What a goal. The River Dragons took a 4-2 lead, and that's where we stand right now. The shots on goal in the second. We had 17 shots on goal for the River Dragons in the first. In the second, they had 16. 33-29 Columbus for the game. Both teams, they come close to 45, 50 shots before the night is over. We'll see. The goaltenders, Trevor Babin for the River Dragons, after a 29-save performance on Saturday night, which earned himself his 5th win of the year. He has stopped 27 of 29 this evening. While on the other side, William Lavalier has been shaky, 29 out of 33, but better as the game has gone along. So if he can get some goal support, we'll see if Lavalier picks up his game. But right now, it's been all Trevor Babin and the River Dragons as Columbus hold a 4-2 lead after 40 minutes against the team that has not lost on home ice this season. We'll be right back.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
All right, here's the game plan. Tickets, food, drinks. You forgot popcorn. Popcorn, please. I'm talking about the family 4-pack.
That's a new play?
Even better. 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns, all for just $40. Boom!
Did somebody say boom? Coach, can families run that play too? Only if they act fast. Clock's ticking.
The family 4-pack for just $40. Get yours by scanning the QR code today.
Welcome back to Athens. Liam Godimer back here with you. 9 minutes and 15 seconds left of intermission time as Columbus looks to close out their division and in-state rivals with a win here on the road. It would be the first loss that the Rock Lobsters have taken on home ice this season. The last home loss since last year's playoffs when the River Dragons sent them right packing. With that, let's now take a drive here on the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It's time for the Out-of-Town Scoreboard, brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. What's going on this Wednesday, December the 31st, New Year's Eve around the FPHL? A lot of rivals in action. Let's start off with a non-rival. Baton Rouge and Topeka, the Scarecrows win 3-2. 9-1 Binghamton winners over the Watertown Wolves. That's a final. The River Dragons, of course, here in Athens, up 4-2 over the Rock Lobsters. Ryan Hunter on a hat-trick watch. Danbury and Pee Dee, that game in Florence. The IceCats have a 2-1 lead. That game in the second period. The Monroe Moccasins and the Biloxi Breakers, that game in the first period. Monroe ahead by 1. It's 2-1. We'll see you soon, Monroe. Twin City, the Thunderbirds take on the Blue Ridge Bobcats. 3-0. The Thunderbirds ahead of Blue Ridge on home ice. That was an 8:35 puck drop. And one final game to tell you all about. And that is the Indiana Sentinels and the Port Huron Prowlers. Indiana has a 1-0 lead in the second. Indiana, with a win, be able to make some headway in the division standings, which are right here for everybody watching. The Continental is led by, well, Monroe. Athens and Columbus follow. Twin City, Pee Dee, Baton Rouge, and Biloxi closes out the Continental Division. The IceCats and Thunderbirds both doing their part, trying to hold serve to where they are in the standings. Each team ahead. The River Dragons can get within 7 points of the Rock Lobsters if they can close out this third period, while the River Dragons in their next 2 games can get ever closer to the division leader, the Monroe Moccasins. On the other side, well, the Empire is dominated by the Binghamton Black Bears. Port Huron and Topeka in second and third. Blue Ridge having a tough time of it tonight in Winston-Salem. They're in fourth. In fifth, Danbury. In sixth, the Watertown Wolves. And then last, that's the Indiana Sentinels, but they can get into the 20s if they can come away with a win tonight or force overtime. That's the standings around the FPHL entering play tonight. With that, a brand new segment right here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Enjoy 20 Questions with Ryan Galvin.
Hey there, River Dragons fans. Liam Godimer here, your play-by-play broadcaster. Alongside me, number 28, Ryan Galvin. Ryan, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you, Liam?
I'm doing really well. This is the first ever segment of 20 Questions featuring myself and your favorite River Dragons where, Galvs, I'm going to ask you anything and everything. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. First question, tape color, black or white, and why?
White, because I went cold when I was using black tape, so I switched to white.
Favorite rink you played in so far this year or throughout your career in the FPHL?
Our rink, for sure.
Outside of our rink, and what? Good answer, by the way.
Yeah.
Media trained, right?
Yeah. I like Biloxi's rink, just because it's on the beach, cool spot.
Largest rink in the FPHL, the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Now, I know that we don't have any flights here in the FPHL, but if you did, bus trips or flights?
Bus trips.
Why?
I love the bus trips. Good time with the boys.
Are you the number one card player there, or you running the tables? Or?
I do okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of an impromptu question.
Yeah,
so
no, you're good. You're
good job.
I won't say I'm the best, but I do okay.
Okay. Here's a really important one for everybody watching. Go-to pregame meal. I want you to be super specific.
Yeah, I eat the same thing every time. It's rice, sweet potatoes, avocado. Actually, sometimes ground beef, sometimes salmon. Depends what I got.
Every single game?
Every single game.
Do you go ground beef or salmon based on home versus road, or?
Whatever's in the fridge.
I love it. I know I asked you this on Chatting on the Chattahoochee, but favorite NHL player growing up outside of Marian Hossa and Kerry Lennon?
Alex Ovechkin.
The grade 8, can't go wrong with him. Best chirp you've heard in the league between your time last year and, of course, this season? And no cursing.
Yes,
Keep it appropriate for our fans, please.
Yeah, of course. You might have to cut this part out while I'm thinking.
We could do a little bleep, a little comedic, like they do on the big news networks. Only right here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess the best chirps, I would probably say Barzy to the refs, because he's just always giving it to them. It's pretty funny to listen to.
I won't ask you to get specific.
Yeah, you can imagine.
Shout out to number 8, Tyler Barrow. Who's the funniest guy in the locker room?
Yeah, I guess I just said Barzy, so I'll switch it up. Morrissey's pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah, Morrissey's right up there.
Does he have a couple jokes this year that have just gotten the boys just going, or?
Yeah, he just kind of is himself, and he's just a funny guy, so it's funny. Cool.
Favorite post-game food on the road? You said it's the same thing. It's the same thing pre-game and post-game, or do you change it up? What's the deal there?
No, Chipotle, I would say, is my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got from Chipotle? Steak, chicken? I know you're a Kava guy, though.
Yeah.
You gonna cheat on Kava like that?
Yeah, not every city has Kava. I'd say steak, rice, cheese, guacamole, hot sauce.
Wow. Pretty close to mine.
Yeah.
I'm, you know what I really like over, Chipotle's not a sponsor, but, their carne asada is pretty good. But you know who really has really good meals?
Who?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, they do.
Especially the one in Midland. All right, Galvs, next question for you. Toughest barn to play in on the road through your experience so far as a River Dragon?
I guess, yeah, Binghamton was the toughest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bingo?
Yeah.
Why is that?
They're a good team. They have a good crowd, too. It's a cool place to play, but it's tough to play.
Formerly.
Back here in Athens, we'll resume 20 questions featuring Ryan Galvin at another point in time. Ran a little long. Just me and Galvs were having a good time talking to each other. I hope you enjoyed the new segment. I'm going to try to talk to every River Dragon in a segment like that throughout the year. But the third period, 2 minutes away. Just about set for that hockey coming your way once again from what I guess is the tank, I guess. Before the puck drops on the third period. It's a great time to remind fans that Ryan Hunter is on hat-trick watch already with 2 goals tonight. Columbus with 3 power play goals. We'll see if Ryan Hunter can earn his second hat-trick of the year here in this third period. And fans, this is a reminder that you can order your custom River Dragons nameplate now. Order online at ourdragonsmerch.com or by scanning that QR code. The cost, just $30 each. And fans, the jersey off of the back is here. Lucas Texmo stood up for Kirk Underwood in the first period and fought Malik Johnson. You can win the sweater right off of his back by scanning the QR code. Also up for grabs, Kirk Underwood and Kyle Moore's sweaters. Once again, right off of their back. And like the custom nameplates, well, replica jerseys are still available. Adult uniforms cost $99, while for the kids, it's $89. Available at ourdragonsmerch.com or by scanning the QR code in the bottom right corner of your screen. And fans, the family 4-pack returns on January the 10th when the River Dragons host the Blue Ridge Bobcats at the Civic Center. Scan that QR code where you can get 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 popcorns, 4 hot dogs, 4 Pepsi drinks, and 4 Chick-fil-A entree coupons. A great night out for the whole family. Scan that QR code on the screen today. The two teams will skate at even strength to begin the third period. The Rock Lobsters will attack from right to left. Chiwetin, Blacksmith, Ryan Hunter, Kyle Moore, Kirk Underwood, Lucas Texmo, and Trevor Babin. The 6 players on the ice for the River Dragons to kick us off. This is Liam Godimer saying, it's go time on the third period. This is Joey Kolatarsi, who wears number 4. He's got a man. This is Philip Virgili. We'll see with what degree of desperation the Rock Lobsters come out with in this third period, down 2 goals. Chiwetin Blacksmith blocks down the clearing attempt from the Rock Lobster goaltender. That's William Lavalier. Thwarting the zone exit was Lucas Texmo. He'll go D-to-D with Kirk Underwood, and Ryan Galvin will battle against a combination of Dominic Dumas and Joe Mack, and he will get it deep. Van Durken, a quick tap to the far side half boards where Dominic Dumas, he's only able to ladle it up north. And this will be an icing on the opponent, which as always is brought to you by our friends over at Air Force Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Tyler Barrow takes the face-off. You can feel the heat radiating off of number 8 from here as a save made, rebound. Oh, Lavalier dove over to the near post. Not sure how William Lavalier was able to get to that puck. Kudos. It all started again with Tyler Barrow. Galvin will now take the face-off. Barrow will swing to the wing. As containing the puck inside of the offensive zone is Galvin. Makes sure to get physical and gets ridden into. Sent down to the ice. We have a penalty coming up. This will be on the River Dragons. It's a delayed call. Lavalier goes off to the bench in favor of the extra attacker, Jesse Lowell. We'll skate it out. And now lose the puck to Tyler Barrow, who leaves the puck at the center ice red line. Cody Wickline will go off for a minor. Columbus back to the floor in the core penalty kill on this New Year's Eve. A happy New Year's Eve to everybody watching. Thank you for spending your holiday with the River Dragons. Columbus with the first 2 shots on goal here in the third, but they also have the first penalty. It's Cody Wickline who heads off. High sticking And it's a minor penalty, not a double minor, as Shinkarik lets it fly. Mike Wynn can't clear. Kept in by Shinkarik. Near side circle, Neely. His pass bounced off of Colton. Glukharyov, the pest of the game. Garrett Milan has it played away by Kyle Moore. Moore gets spun around like a ballerina. He keeps the puck attached to the boards with his skate. What a smart play while shorthanded by Kyle Moore. That's at least 15 seconds of power play time killed off because Kyle Moore made that great play right next to his own bench. Now the Rock Lobsters get it in. They're still forced to set up. Goal will go to the top of the left circle for Neely, who will go down the wing. A one-timer from Glukharyov. Misses Babin's glove side. Milan will drift to the point. Glukharyov, the big-bodied Russian. Here is Milan. Goal line, Neely. Rink wide. Babin stays square to the shooter. That was Shinkarik. He was so square to Shinkarik that Shinkarik didn't want to let it go. Glukharyov, Shinkarik, Neely, picked up by Lowell. Backdoor Neely puts it in. It's a power play goal for the Rock Lobsters, and 2 minutes and 43 seconds into the third period, they have made this a one-goal game. That puck ricocheted right back to Neely. We take a look at the replay provided to us by the Rock Lobsters. Nothing Trevor Babin could have done. A power play goal for Athens, and now suddenly this is a one-shot hockey game. This will be an icing on Athens. I say it so many times, hockey is truly a game of inches. The River Dragons came close against William Lavalier. Just a few moments later, Wickline goes to the box, then a power play goal is in your net. The goal comes at 2:42. It's Neely, assisted by Milan and Jesse Lowell on the power play. 3 power play goals for the River Dragons tonight, 2 power play goals for Athens. A special shout out to everybody here in Athens for providing us a clean feed, a great environment to call the game. Mateen, who calls the games for the Rock Lobsters, shout out to you, Mateen. Become a good friend of mine. And thank you for making this a hospitable environment, at least for the broadcaster. As Brody Thornton, number 65, he'll move it around the boards. It's kept in at the left point by Athens. Joe Mack collides with Thornton. Thornton tripped right down, right in front of the referee. I mean, man, it's tough. Lavalier is clear, glove down by Galvin. Wickline pushes the puck past Barrow. And now at center, Brody Thornton will protect. And on the backhand, he'll fling for Wickline. He's got Barrow, who shoots right into the catching glove of Lavalier. 3:55 into the period. Ryan Hunter with 2 goals tonight. Goals number 19 and 20 for number 88. He's back out there on this faceoff. Chiwetin Blacksmith, the centerman on his line, unable to come away with the puck. A between the legs pass up the ice from Neely. And now a dangle and a backdoor save by Babin, but Van Durken slips it through the 5-hole. Gleb Van Durken has scored his 2nd goal tonight, and the Rock Lobsters have evened us up. It's 4-4. Look at this save from Trevor Babin initially. But unfortunately, when you're sliding from side to side, that means as the goaltender, you have to stretch as far as you can, which leaves daylight between your legs. And that's exactly where the puck went for Van Durken. It's 4-4. And again, much like the second period, 2 quick strikes for the opposition in the early portion of the frame. How did the River Dragons respond in the second period? Well, with 2 goals of their own in short order. But this is a tie hockey game once more. And the River Dragons up against it on the road. Kirk Underwood will squeeze past Van Durken. He lost it. The body thrown by Kyle Moore, and he'll relay the puck the other direction onto the stick of Powell. Van Durken a tip. Underwood steps up, gets help from Moore. Moore steps around Powell, and now will go deep into the Rock Lobster end, but the home side will set it up in the neutral zone once more, exactly 5 minutes through this third period. If you're just joining us, River Dragons with 3 power play goals tonight. They had a 4-2 lead entering the third period. Now the score is tied. Colton steps up at center. He'll get to his own puck. At the flank. Colton all over Shinkarik. But now in between the circles, it's picked up by Athens. And with a head of steam, they will come on the rush. Dumas, save made by Babin on Greco, I believe. Was that an odd man rush from 2 defensemen for the Rock Lobsters? Here's another chance that goes off of the side of the net. The goal light comes on. Not a goal at all. Pizzamenti will now dump and chase. Not even close to a goal. Not even close. The goal judge may need some glasses. The optical shop has got you covered over in Phoenix City. Dumas, left point, the shot deflected by Shinkarik. This has been all Rock Lobsters over the last couple of minutes. Shinkarik, a give and go with Milan. Kept it at the top. Dumas goes off for a line change. That one pinballs around in front, and Pizzamenti able to punch it for Barrow. Tyler Barrow with Galvin and Thornton. Galvin for Thornton. Just missed his stick. Thornton would have had a wide open net to shoot at. Samaro, hard around the boards. This will go past everybody. Maye watches it go past him. And the linesman knew what he was trying to do and did not give him the benefit of the doubt by calling an icing. It's good officiating right there. Underwood at the red line. He'll chop it into the Rock Lobster end. Columbus could use immediate timeout here. Back on their heels a bit. The ice tilted for sure. Here's Maye. His pass, Glukharyov, Mack scores. Three goals in 7 minutes and 4 seconds for the Rock Lobsters. They now lead 5-4. I told you the ice was tilted. I told you they needed immediate timeout, and immediate timeout they most certainly needed. And it's really a shame for the River Dragons because they've played so well tonight. In the first 40 minutes of the game, Columbus had a lot to be proud of. On the road in what is a very difficult building to play. But here in the third, it's been all Rock Lobsters, and that's putting it lightly. But what do you do when you face adversity and you fall down? You get yourself right back up. And Kyle Moore finds Ryan Hunter. Hunter drags, shoots, misses the net. Blacksmith scores! Chiwetin Blacksmith ties this game. It's 5-5. Now that's a response. Blacksmith nets his 5th goal of the season. Hunter missed the net on the shot from the left side. The puck took a big bounce off of the end boards right onto the stick of Blacksmith, who made no mistake. 5-5. We play on. A shot from the outside, misses the net. Milan on the stuff in, Babin the save. No whistle. Moore up the ice. Hunter picks it up. Ryan Hunter, one man to beat outside of the goaltender. He'll pull up, wait for some reinforcements. He's got it in Jemayev. Jemayev drives in on the outer edge of the left circle. He's double teamed by a combination of Milan and Kolatarsi. The puck moves from the left wing corner to the right wing corner, and now up the boards it goes. Through center comes the big-bodied Russian and the pest of the game, Daniil Glukharyov, in a 5-5 game here on the road. The River Dragons and the Rock Lobsters. Shinkarik shoots. The former River Dragon could not get it through to the net. Oh, you've got me up now. You've got me ready to go. You've got me pumped and energized. 5-5 score on the road. The Rock Lobsters haven't lost in this building all season. Oof, I'm ready. Chiwetin Blacksmith gets the goal. And the momentum for the Rock Lobsters brought completely to a halt. Let's go to a media timeout. Don't go anywhere. The rest of this hockey game is going to be epic, as long as the River Dragons win, that is.
Hey, playing for an ultra?
We playing for ultras? Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
Hey, grab me one too.
We've got a barn burner brewing here in Athens, Georgia. 11:42 to play in regulation time. The score 5-5. Columbus had a 4-2 lead entering the third period. The Rock Lobsters turned that lead right around and gave themselves an advantage that was ended by Chiwetin Blacksmith, who has the most recent tally in this game. Let's get back underway. The Rock Lobsters skate from right to left. It will be Mike Wynn, number 44, paired up with Josh Colton. But it's Ryan Galvin who gets to the puck first. Tyler Barrow inside of his own end. Barrow wears number 8 out of Massapequa, New York. His college teammate and Ryan Galvin, the cross-corner dump. Daniil Glukharyov, number 77. To the wing, dancing around a River Dragon with no luck was Philip Virgili. Now on the other end, a sharp angle try from Wickline. That's a save made by Lavalier. Samaro onto the sheet, pinches up, makes sure to keep it in. Not the hardest roll around of the puck. So as a result, the Rock Lobsters will skate out 3-on-3. Virgili. He takes a hit to the back from Samaro. Brody Thornton picks up the puck as he connects with Virgili. And Joel Texmo takes a hit to make a play. Kevin Salbad shoots. Save made by Lavalier. I cannot say enough good things about that play in the neutral zone from Joel Texmo. And in talking to the head coach, Jerome Boom Boom Bichard, and again, I mentioned this on the last River Dragons broadcast, he gives a ton of praise to Joel Texmo for the little things he does on the ice. There, he took a hit to set up Sabad, who raced right down the wing and got a scoring chance. And not only did that hit create a chance at the Rock Lobster net, it also drew a penalty. The River Dragons going to the public's power play once again. In the box is number 98, Michael Greco, the former River Dragon. Ryan Hunter with 2 goals tonight. Watch out for that. Barrow does not win the face-off. The clearing attempt stopped by, not Barrow, Underwood keeps it in at the left point. Tyler Barrow shoots. Moore, I believe, wanted to stop that puck down. What he did get was a redirect on that shot from Barrow. Nearly gave Lavalier trouble. Barrow, Hunter on hat-trick watch. Hunter plays catch with the captain, Kirk Underwood. Kyle Moore. His pass blocked by Shinkarik. Sabad can't gain body position. Now the Rock Lobsters short-handed. How about that stick from Underwood to not allow Milan to slip right past him. Hunter, a backhanded float feed to the left wing for Tyler Barrow. Kyle Moore shoots, it's blocked. Hunter goes from the right circle to the left circle as it'll be Colton driving down the right wing. He's got a lot of space to operate. Here is Barrow, a slapper! That one goes out of play. Lavalier may have gotten a piece of that. That one was close. 1:04 into the man advantage. We're going to go to immediate timeout with the River Dragons on the power play. Still getting used to that. We'll be right back.
It feels like just yesterday our healing mission began. Inspired by visionaries, answering a higher calling. For 75 years, we've cared for this community, body, mind, and spirit. From checkups to life-saving heart surgery, from welcoming new life to supporting mental health and healing. For 3 generations, we've stood by your side, and our story is just beginning. Inspired by purpose, we're shaping the heart of healthcare.
A warm welcome back to Athens. The score is 5-5. A special thank you to everybody watching tonight's game on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Liam Godimer, as always, here with you to bring you the play-by-play coverage. As Columbus had a 2-goal lead entering this period, saw that 4-2 score flip into a 5-4 lead for the home side. Chiwetin Blacksmith has brought us tied once again. And it's Blacksmith who takes the face-off and wins it. Columbus on the power play for 50 ticks. Colton, Blacksmith, it's blocked. The puck kept in at the line by Thornton. Colton on the backhand, down to the goal line. Wickline had Galvin in the slot. Instead, they go back up top, and the blast from Thornton misses the cage, hits the plexi, and subsequently sent right out by the Rock Lobsters. So Josh Colton, number 5, no River Dragon blue liner has more points than him. Chiwetin Blacksmith throws a hit, and that allows Wickline to keep the puck in. At the near side half boards with 8:35 to play in regulation. Wickline held up, spun around a little bit, no call there. Blacksmith now has it, Wickline in front, it rolled off of his stick. Out of the box comes Greco, and Greco hits his own teammate. There's going to be a 2-minute minor for a trip called on the River Dragons here, I believe. Blacksmith doesn't head off. Underwood comes over for an explanation. There was a penalty on the play. That was Greco who had collided with his own teammate, and they get Josh Colton. Okay. I gotta be honest, I didn't see it, so. But 2 minutes for an apparent trip on Josh Colton. That would be a real shame if that's how this game is decided. It would be a damn shame, really. Kirk Underwood comes over and he wants to know why. This will be a power play for the Rock Lobsters. So right after the River Dragons go to the man advantage and do not score, Athens now gets their chance. And time dwindling down in regulation here in Athens, 8:22. Galvin against Milan, this is a big one. Galvin wins the faceoff, we have a false start. do it. Galvin and Milan. Galvin wins it to the side. Lucas Texmo, Tyler Barrow winds up. And down the ice it goes. A fancy glove grab made by William Lavalier, who will drop it off for a teammate. The initial 20 seconds of the Florin Decor penalty kill a success. What will the next minute 40 hold? Shinkarik to the perimeter, Glukharyov. Shinkarik watched by Galvin. In front of the net is Jesse Lowell. Here's Glukharyov. Fakes the slapper, now cuts to the circle, lets it go, blocked. Texmo ahead, Tyler Barrow, a shorthanded break for the lead. Lavalier makes the save with his glove hand. Let's take another look at that one. Barrow had a step on the defense. Cut to the backhand, attempted the lift. Lavalier got his glove in the way. The first grade A scoring chance of this Rock Lobster power play goes to Columbus. It's a sentence I really don't mind saying. I love that. A new shorthanded unit on. The 4 players out for the River Dragons outside of Trevor Babin. Well, that's Cody Wickline and Benjamin Pizzamenti. They're both in the neutral zone. Justin Samaro and Brody Thornton forced to back up as Jesse Lowell comes in. Thornton takes the puck, then lost it. Now Milan has possession for his team. Shinkarik getting his stick in the passing lane is Thornton, and he'll clear. Wow. Brody Thornton's speed and awareness is a game changer out there, really. Watch number 65 and how he never hesitates to step up and get himself involved in a play. There it is again, and another clear by who else? Right on cue, Brody Thornton. He's been out there the entirety of the penalty kill, it seems. One last entry for the Rock Lobsters. Eric Neely, always so dangerous. His pass taken by Virgili, who will turn one way, now the other. Neely's got the puck. He'll come out from the pack, dish it off as he's defended closely by Jemayev. Shinkarik now. Virgili shoots, that hits the back glass. One more clear needed for the River Dragons. Out of the box comes Josh Colton. Colton now back in the play, but 4 tired penalty killers still on the ice inside of the defensive zone. It's kept in by Virgili. The containment of the offensive zone, a save made by Babin. Head up, Colton has a man up the ice. It's Jemayev. He could not get a tip. And icing whistle down even though Jemayev won the race. Come on. Jemayev has a gripe there. At least move the faceoff into the neutral zone. I mean, he was ahead. And the officials are coming over and putting that faceoff in the neutral zone. I love it. I love it. That's a huddle featuring 4 officials, I should say, that have done a real nice job tonight. And I hope the right call is made and that this faceoff comes outside of the line. Oh, man. And head coach Jerome Boom Boom Bichard has his hands up in the air. I'm about as confused as you are, Boomer. Can't explain it. There's no way this faceoff should come inside of the defensive zone. No way. Jemayev won that race to the puck. It shouldn't be an icing. And I get it, mistakes happen. But if mistakes happen, let's at least convene and talk about it and put the puck, or have the puck drop where it's supposed to be dropped. River Dragons win the faceoff. Samaro brought down by Maye. Nothing there. Colton now in a battle at the boards. Maye keeps it in on the backhand. Oh no. Van Derken, Virgili, the puck tipped. And now Jemayev, right next to his own bench. He'll clear it out. The ice tilted again, though. Van Derken. Colton still on the ice on the shift after his penalty came to an end. Barrow watches the puck go past. The shot comes in towards the cage. That goes off the side of the post. Adjacent to the stick side of Babin. Brody Thornton bodies the puck down. He'll chip it off the glass, get it out to the middle. The Rock Lobsters have no answer for the speed of Brody Thornton. Kyle Moore behind the net, banks the puck to himself as he had Virgili all over him. Barrow held up at center by Powell. Nothing there either. Okay. I mean, 5 minutes to play here in the third. Score 5-5. Kyle Moore stands his ground at center. Ryan Hunter now on the ice once again, as is Chiwetin Blacksmith. On the attack comes Athens. A kick save made by Babin. Lowell tried to bring it to the front. Blacksmith was all over him. A shot comes in from the line. That took a tip off of the stick of Milan. Milan without a glove, ragdolls Texmo. And now Ryan Hunter. He'll get the puck into Athens territory and will send it right down the ice. Jesse Lowell. Trying to dispossess him is Josh Colton. He eventually does. Lowell's got it back at the center ice red line with 4:08 to go. Lowell rings it around. Colton now with the puck on his tape. Colton, Galvin. Lays a hit onto a Rock Lobster who pinched up, but Athens, the team that keeps the puck into the zone. Glukharyov, here's a slapper from Virgili at an impossible angle. Did not get through to Babin. Shinkarik, D. Kolatarsi, kick save. Win off of the glass and out. Kolatarsi on the backhand. Swinging and missing is Galvin. It was a delayed offside on Virgili, so he couldn't touch that puck. That benefits Columbus, as now Galvin's able to recoil inside of his own end with two blue liners in front of him, or behind him, I should say. In front of him is Barrow and Wickline. The puck dumped in. On the chase is Wickline. Glukharyov can't get it out. Now, on the secondary chance, Athens will ice the puck. One final media timeout in regulation time tonight. The score, 5-5, 3:09 to play.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Welcome back to the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network. Liam Godimer here with you, your proud play-by-play broadcaster. Let me set the stage for all of you watching if you're just joining us. We have 3 minutes and 9 seconds to play here in regulation time. Columbus, backed by 3 power play goals entering the third period, had a 2-goal advantage. The score was 4-2. The Rock Lobsters, well, they scored the first 3 goals of the third period, making the score 5-4. A response almost immediately came from number 46 in white. That's Chiwetin Blacksmith, who brought the score to where it is right now. After Blacksmith's tally, each team had a power play. Neither club scored on said power play. So we remain tied, the score 5-5, and now the River Dragons with a chance to spoil the New Year's Eve party in front of a sold-out crowd against a Rock Lobster team that has not lost on home ice this season. Brody Thornton, who's been the best player for the River Dragons tonight. He'll go rink wide, and Alexander Jemayev shoots. That's scooped up by the goaltender for the Rock Lobsters, the man they call the Great Wall of Montreal, the former River Dragon, William Lavalier. He wears number 30 in blue tonight. A huddle for the River Dragons on the ice as they get prepared for this next shift. The 5 players out there are Brody Thornton and Justin Samaro. Those are the 2 defensemen. The forwards up front, well, Benjamin Pizamenti on one wing, Kevin Sabat, who has a goal tonight, on the other wing, and the man taking the faceoff, well, it's none other than the fire starter of the night, Alexander Jemayev. So the 31-year-old out of Creston, BC, takes the faceoff at the near side circle to the glove side of William Lavalier, and it's won back cleanly by the home team. Down the near side wing, the entry successful for Jack Johansson. He's on the blue line for Athens. They're wasting no time pinching up, getting into the play, that being the blue liners back there for the Rock Lobsters. This is Gleb Van Durken, number 12. Van Durken takes a stick lift from Thornton. He cannot get it past the blue line. So Samaro will swing it to the near side. The puck kept in by Maye. How about Blacksmith behind the net? He fights through a tight area to send the puck for Thornton, who will skate all the way through. He'll dangle through the defense, and a save made by Lavalier. A coast-to-coast pursuit of a goal for number 65, Brody Thornton. Now Daniil Glukharyov in search of a highlight reel goal of his own. The River Dragons get that out without icing the puck with 1:45 to go in regulation time this evening. Here's Garrett Milan, the FPHL's MVP last year. His pass across. More swings and misses on the zone exit attempt. Dumas keeps it in with 90 seconds to go. It's the line of Milan, Glukharyov, and Dumas. That's a deflection, a save made by Babin. The River Dragons need to get this puck out and a line change. Stat, 1:15. Ryan Hunter. Blacksmith, Hunter's got it back again. How about that work inside of the defensive zone? And now Hunter on hat-trick watch. Chips and chases onto the puck himself. He gets pressed up to the corner boards by Kolatarsi, and weaving away from Kyle Moore will be a Rock Lobster defender. He gets the puck only as far as the center ice red line, where Underwood stands his ground. 45 seconds to go. Here's Wickline off of the tape-to-tape pass from Lucas Texmo. Wickline gets flown into the flank. Getting a line change is Hunter. Barrow now onto the ice alongside his two line mates in Wickline, who has the puck, and Ryan Galvin. Wickline, Galvin. Galvin behind the net. Barrow lets it go for Wynn, but he'll get to the puck first as Wynn makes sure to stay back. Wynn to the net, blocked by Shinkarik, and lifted out of the zone without being iced by the Rock Lobsters with 10 seconds left. Colton, Barrow to the near side wing. Wickline couldn't pick it up. 6 seconds left. 4 seconds, one last chance for Athens. Save made by Babin at the buzzer. Let's go to overtime on New Year's Eve. These two teams went to OT in Columbus. Eric Neely scored the overtime game-winning goal. We'll keep it here in Athens till the puck drops on overtime. The River Dragons and the Rock Lobsters on New Year's Eve. The game 1 of 3 this week. The goals for the River Dragons tonight come in this order. Kevin Sabat on the power play, Ryan Hunter on the power play. Ryan Hunter on the power play again, Tyler Barrow and Chiwetin Blacksmith. For the Rock Lobsters, Gleb Van Durken, Devin Maye, Eric Neely, Gleb Van Durken again, and Joe Mack. The Rock Lobsters scored 3 goals in the third, outscored Columbus 3-1. The River Dragons outscored Athens 2-0 in the first. Each team scored 2 goals in the second. The shots on goal in the third period, 10-9 River Dragons, 43-38 Columbus for the game. Columbus will open up 3-on-3 OT with Josh Colton, Cody Wickline, and Tyler Barrow. they will skate from right to left, while Athens attacks from left to right. They'll begin with Jesse Lowell, the man who takes the face-off, Carter Shinkarik, the former River Dragon and captain of Athens, and Garrett Milan, number 10, the FPHL's MVP last year. William Lavalier in net. The face-off won by the River Dragons. And the pass from Colton, overtaken by the Rock Lobsters. They now have the puck. A tough opening shift for Columbus in 3-on-3 OT. Had the puck, then lost it. So Shinkarik. Patient with the puck. He knows how important possession is in 3-on-3 OT. Shinkarik up the left wing for Lowell. Lowell will drive. Barrow watches him closely. Lowell shot, he completely fanned on it. Now, Barrow up for Wickline. Wickline tries to dance. Taken by Shinkarik. Shinkarik up the boards. Lowell a 2-on-1 with Milan. Milan drag, shoots. Save Babin! How did Trevor Babin keep that puck out? With the shot coming from Milan and a player in front. Trevor Babin's made a number of dandies tonight. That among them. Ryan Hunter, Kirk Underwood, and Chiwetin Blacksmith. Now on to the sheet for Columbus. Ryan Hunter has 2 goals tonight. And he has both game-winning goals for the River Dragons in overtime this season. Blacksmith can't win the puck away. Shinkarik bobbles it. Ryan Hunter has the puck, and he'll play it safely for Kirk Underwood. Possession into the grasp of your Columbus River Dragons. Ryan Hunter, the 23-year-old forward out of Toronto, Ontario. Chiwetin Blacksmith, who tied this game at a 5-5 score. Blacksmith, Hunter, couldn't stop that puck down. It's rolled around the boards, and now Virgili in a foot race against Hunter, a foot race that Hunter wins. Underwood still pressured. The only pass he had was to one-hand it to the near side of the ice for Jemayev, who will spin smartly away from a Rock Lobster. Hunter still on the ice with Jemayev and Underwood. The pass from Hunter for Underwood goes off of the skate blade of the captain and goes into the netting. A minute 48 into the extra session. Underwood heads off. Hunter heads off. Jemayev stays on. Kyle Moore and Brody Thornton come onto the ice. The River Dragons have not had a shootout since opening night, a 3-2 win in Florence against the IceCats. And the Rock Lobsters have the puck again off of a face-off win inside of the defensive zone. Van Durken, like Ryan Hunter, with 2 goals tonight. Maye, the dish, down to the goal line. Here is Glukharyov, watched by Moore, who shadows him. Van Durken at the top of the zone. Glukharyov. Van Durken sends Moore down to the ice and misses high. The puck goes out of play. The River Dragons lucky there. The game didn't come to an end. And it just seems the third period till now, the ice is just tilted for the Rock Lobsters. Impressive resilience from Columbus. But if they're not careful, the home side is pushing for the win here. The shot's 43-42 Columbus. Right now they need to do something that they haven't done here in overtime tonight. That's win a faceoff. False start. Barrow will try again against Milan. Barrow wins this one back for Kevin Sabad. That is massive. Sabad to Tyler Barrow. Up the ice, Lucas Texmo. The rookie blue liner Texmo shoots on a save made by the blocker of Lavalier. Barrow is back, Texmo back 2. A 3-on-2, a drag, a shot, Babin the save, and they score. They say no goal. They say no goal. No goal. Immediately signaled by the official. And that is so key because the call on the ice is no goal. So there needs to be enough evidence after looking at the replay to overturn the call. That's what's big in this moment, everybody. The call on the ice. No goal. But most certainly, this will be looked at. This could do the River Dragons a couple of things that are good. The first is if obviously the goal is called off. That would be nice. The second thing, this delay and this huddle between the officials, they have not looked at the iPad yet. This huddle from the officials is giving the top end players for the River Dragons a lot of time to get some rest. So if this game is to be resumed, Tyler Barrow, Ryan Hunter, Chiwetin Blacksmith, Kirk Underwood, Josh Colton. They'll no longer face fatigue. The crowd not happy. The puck is laying outside of the River Dragon blue line at the dot. Underwood and Shinkarik will separate. The faceoff comes outside of the blue line. Another life given to Columbus. Or so it seems. Eric Neely, none too pleased. A hybrid assistant coach and player for the Rock Lobsters. So here we go, another massive draw. And the Rock Lobsters win it again. Milan, Shinkarik, and Neely out there. Shinkarik once wore a River Dragons sweater. His shot deflected off of the stick of Colton and goes up into the netting. I was admittedly surprised that they didn't even take a look at the replay. But Babin was interfered with. It was deemed no goal in the moment. That stands. 1 minute, 23 seconds to play in overtime. Now the River Dragons win a face-off. Here's the bank. Ryan Hunter for the hat trick and the win. Lavalier the save. Now Shinkarik a 3-on-2. Shinkarik a slapper. How about that back check from Ryan Hunter and a penalty called for hooking. Goodness gracious. I guess that's what you get for being a good defensive player and for doing what you're supposed to do in your own zone and coming back and preventing a scoring chance the other way. You get penalized for it. I mean, to me, that just looked like a clean stick lift. That did not look like a hook to me. Add it to the list. My goodness. My one thing about penalties and officiating, I just don't want it to affect the result of the game. 1 minute and 49 seconds left in OT. 2 minutes of power play time to Ryan Hunter. And there's the trip. Let's even us right up. 2-on-1 for the River Dragons. Colton across. Wickline. Oh, what a save made by Lavalier. Colton surrenders possession to Neely. Ladies and gentlemen, the puck does not lie. I promise. Just like in basketball, the ball does not lie, the puck does not lie. Shouldn't have been a penalty. Tyler Barrow brought down on the ensuing faceoff. All is right in Athens on New Year's Eve. And not to be lost in all of that is that, well, Josh Colton and Cody Wickline on a 2-on-1. I talked to those two quite a bit on the bus after games. That would have been a pretty awesome conversation. Barrow Barrow on the face-off. He does not come away with it. The two teams skating 3 aside. This is Daniil Glukharyov, saved by Babin. Glukharyov muscles Moore off of the puck. Moore's got it back now with 80 seconds and counting to go. 3 players pressuring the River Dragons in the offensive zone. Now it's Barrow for the win. He missed. That's a penalty. Barrow hauled down. That's 2 minutes for a hook on Gleb Van Durken. Could have been a penalty shot. Barrow was all alone. That's what I think Barrow is upset about. This right here, right up there with the game against Biloxi that ended in a 7-6 final score for Game of the Year. That night we had 6-7 goals for each side. All right. I had to. Timeout taken by head coach Jerome Boom Boom Bichard. No better time to take it. A 4-on-3 advantage for the entirety of the 65 seconds that remains on the game clock this evening. What a treat for everybody on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. I certainly hope that you've enjoyed tonight's game. I know I have. This game opened up with Kyle Moore beating William Lavalier from the wall on the first shot of the game for the River Dragons. The play was reviewed for offside. It did not count. The River Dragons, though, throughout the first 40 minutes of game action, scored 3 power play goals. And after Athens responded in the third, Chiwetin Blacksmith evened us up, forced overtime. The Rock Lobsters thought they scored the overtime game-winning goal on Trevor Babin. No goal on that one either. Each team with a goal taken off of the board. A penalty to Ryan Hunter on a clean back check. And then 2 straight minors taken by the Rock Lobsters. Face-off controlled by Columbus. It's Colton, Moore, Barrow who has the puck, and Kevin Sabad in front of the net. Kyle Moore. Josh Colton, near dot. Moore again. Tyler Barrow, left side. Moore, Colton. Moore again. Barrow at the flank. He'll swing away from said flank. Moore shoots. He hit the crossbar. Kyle Moore rung it right off of the iron. The same 4 players will remain out there. Interesting to not see Ryan Hunter on the ice. Why isn't he on the ice? He's in the penalty box. Duh. Brain fart. Another face-off win. Sabad takes a hit to the back from Neely. The puck freed up. Sabad still all over Neely, who feverishly defends against 2 River Dragons. That's Sabad and Moore. Neely keeping that puck pinned to the corner boards. We're 12 seconds away from a shootout. Shinkarik with the puck and the clear. 8 seconds left. Babin, will he choose to be aggressive? He does. Tape to tape for Barrow. 2 seconds left. Moore, Barrow, and his one-timer. Couldn't let it go cleanly. I believe it was offside at the line, I should say. So we'll have one last face-off. We are heading to a shootout. The River Dragons will go to their first shootout since opening night on October the 10th in Florence. That was a 3-2 win. Matt Stoya was the hero. Now we head to the skills competition again for the first time since October. No Matt Stoya tonight, so we'll see if there's a different group of players that head coach Bichard elects to throw out there. Ryan Hunter now freed from the box. He'd be a prime candidate. Mike Wynn's got quite a bag. I know it's crazy to say put a defenseman out there during the shootout, but if he wants the Chick-fil-A Fans Choice game back in early October, live from the Columbus Civic Center ice rink, the biggest bag came from Mike Wynn. Trevor Babin stands to the broadcast's left, while William Lavalier to the broadcast's right. We'll see which team goes first. Chiwetin Blacksmith is the only River Dragon off of the bench. The shot's on goal in the overtime. Five to 3, Athens. The shot's on goal, 46-43. That's where it ends. The first shooter is Chiwetin Blacksmith. He scored the 5th goal of the night for the River Dragons shortly after the Rock Lobsters had taken a 5-4 lead. Blacksmith picks the puck up at center. Swings to the left. Lavalier the save. Number 30 in light blue stands tall in the top of round number 1. Up first for Athens is Eric Neely. From right to left he goes. Slow as he picks up the puck and now skates in over the blue line. Neely rings it off of the iron. No dice for both teams in the first round of the shootout. Tyler Barrow up next. Barrow had a breakaway on William Lavalier during regulation time. He went to the backhand. We'll see if he attempts something different here. All the way to the right. Now center cut and a save made by Lavalier. The blocker hand denied, number 8. Now can Trevor Babin match William Lavalier? Garrett Milan takes the shootout attempt. Milan skates right past the River Dragon bench, and Babin with the glove! This is the second straight year on New Year's Eve that Athens has gone to a shootout. Thank you to the broadcaster for the Rock Lobsters, Mateen, for that note. Kyle Moore in the top of round 3. Moore hit the crossbar in overtime. Now for redemption in the shootout. Moore, a head fake. And Lavalier with his goal stick poked it right away from Kyle Moore, who does not get a shot off. Now, Philip Virgili to win the game for Athens. Philip Virgili wears number 17. Trevor Babin all the way out of his crease. Virgili scores. Philip Virgili wins the game in the shootout for the Rock Lobsters. He scores the only goal of the shootout. Columbus falls by a final score of 6-5 tonight, and the Rock Lobsters' undefeated streak on home ice stays intact. Columbus was so close, but the third period dooms the roadside this evening. A valiant effort, but a loss in the shootout. A quick recap of tonight's game before we let you go. For those watching on the River Dragons Broadcast Network, there was the winner. Backhand, forehand, all in one motion over the glove hand of Babin. The shots on goal, officially 46-44 River Dragons. Columbus had 2 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second, and 1 goal in the third. The Rock Lobsters scored twice in the second and 3 times in the third. The score was tied going into overtime. We got to a shootout. The only goal scored came off the stick of Philip Virgili, who earns the win for the Rock Lobsters. With the win, Athens now improves to a record of 0-4-1, while the River Dragons with the loss fall to 12-7-1, 2. They will be back in action on Friday night when the club takes on the Monroe Moccasins at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, that just about concludes coverage of Columbus River Dragons hockey tonight. For everybody who watched, a very happy New Year's Eve to you. A very happy New Year's Day coming your way in an hour and 48 minutes. A thriller tonight does not go the River Dragons' direction, but until next time, this is Liam Godimer saying, stay safe, stay well, and as always, let's go River Dragons.